I'm not where I want to be, but I'm in what was once a dream. So if I do some quick math, the future equals a dream come true. Since 1992, In All Honesty, a podcast by OLAVEORAWO.
Welcome to another episode of the In All Honesty podcast. My fabulous name is OLAVEORAWO, and today we have a full house again with familiar faces. Wame change nguo, so see same day. This was not shot in the same day. But we also have a beautiful guest in studio. Yay. Celebrity. Ikifika tani yako uplug song. We can go around and introduce ourselves as we'd like to be known.
Hi everyone, I'm Muriuki Kiai, your co-host. Nimekuwa in-house sasa. Resident host, or you can call me Climaxi Ciru. Thank you for having me back.
Thank you for coming.
Hi everyone, my name is Mercy Riziki Erambo, mom of one boy. Back again. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Allow me to do this. I love you, Tariq.
Oh. Wewe upendi mtoto wako.
Guy, nampenda. Yo,
wait. Last time, mimi nilimuonyesha I was. Unaona nilikuwa kwa TV. Hata hawezi ni
shout out.
So, yeah.
Salam. Tumeni salamu.
Wangu ako sawa.
Wako ni mkubwa.
Nimemba.
Wako ni mkubwa anaelewa maneno.
Ni mahuru. Nimemba. Anaelewa. Peace.
Mumbua.
Okay. Hi guys, my name is the Mumbua. I'm a kutaka unaweza niita Doreen Mumbua kama jina za ID. So I'm happy to be here. Leo kwa hii podcast for the first time naitwa Mama Tiffany. I don't say that much.
I don't
say that much. You don't.
Yeah. Yes. So leo introducing kwa hii podcast ya Olive Mama Tiffany. Yes.
Thank you for coming, Mama Tiff. Thank you. You know jota mimi wasi process my friends and mothers. Uwe inani hit.
Juara
then ukiona ati wata nipige simu home, I'm like, oh, ni mama ya mtu. That's when it is. But today the discussion was around single parenthood. I was really hoping we'd get a man. But I guess hata kama watanitumia story baadaye ni sawa. But let's hear about the experiences of single parenthood and what that looks like. The highs, the lows. I think we hear a lot about the lows, but I'm sure there are highs as well.
Yeah.
And we'll get into it. So, of course, as usual, I post a prompt on my socials and people just get to engage, and those will be our trigger points, our talking points, and then we just get into our stories. And if you have opinions, do let me know. So the prompt that I put up this time was, what are the highs and lows in single parenting? And the first person here told me, sorry, let me just pull it up. A high is finally getting it right. A low is all the decision making. So at some point, do you feel like will you figure out parenting?
For me, I'll say it's not something that you can figure out at once. Mm-hmm. That's for me. Because I feel like as years go by and as they grow, they change. And you're faced with new challenges as a single mom for these kids. I think probably what she means is the fact that she's been able to do it all by herself.
Oh, finally just.
Yes. Being able to do it all by yourself, having the confidence that I can do this as a parent, and just the acceptance of it as well.
And also now you have an established system. See, right now you just have a system. The nanny is coming. I'm going to pick her.
I'm a routine. Maybe
there's now a routine.
Sundays you fanya hivi. Now unajua there's no interruptions.
Exactly.
There's
a routine has been. And I'm imagining in the very beginning before you figure that out, uko tu huku ni wapi. Yeah. And we talked about postpartum depression last week. Yeah, so it was.
And at that point, sorry.
It's okay. So I support her on the decision making, especially for people like me, when you make decision inakuanga so hard, especially the small things. I don't know, I find it easier to make bigger decisions in life than any risk taking. But the two small ones, like what do I wear? What do we eat?
What do we eat today?
Nachoka akili. So the decision making, and then when you're two people, I think I said it last time, you can ask each other, are we doing the right thing? Tufanye hivi ama tusifanye hivi? But for a single parent, you have to make the decision, and the burden you have is that this decision will affect a small human. So you're like, ni nafanya the right thing or not? And the high for me, like she said, figuring it out. You figure out as time goes by. When your baby is 1, ukiji-compare na when ako 4, 5 and on, it's very different. And then there are the good moments you get to have fun with your kid.
That's
Okay.
That's really cool.
Hi. The next
what
person.
was her hi? Hello?
Hello was decision making. The constant, I think, decision making.
And does she mean like for her own self? Am with the other party that she's co-parenting with? Am it's just her?
I don't think she's co-parenting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's the other thing I was asking. Do we consider co-parenting a
'cause
single
I think-
parenthood?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. If you have because when you're a single parent, it means you're only you alone. But if you're if the parent is if the parent is in the life of the kid, as in fully, na kuna mvutano, like they provide, they're there, they do everything, and co-parenting is okay, then at that point you can say, I don't think they're single parents.
Then for me, I would think then decision making is easy. Because the other time I was telling a friend of mine, like vile wase wanaamka asubuhi unapata mtu anasema, hey, shule zimefunguliwa, I need to involve this man. Probably if you're a woman, you need to involve this man to pay school fees. I'm like, hey, manze, that's hard for you. Because it's easy for me. I
for
know
you just wake up
me.
and then you do.
I know it's me. I know I have school fees and it's all me.
Yeah.
So I don't have to look at anywhere else. So that decision is easy to just, make when it's just by yourself.
But then now come to think of it, to spin you whatever you said, when you're looking for a school for your child. As much as you're a single parent, you don't want your child to live the life of if my dad was around, I would have gone to a better school. So in a shine, I have to.
You need better.
I'm very sure we all went through that process of school after school. Unatafuta, una scrutinize ile makosa kidogo, unapata no, we're not going here, and then finally you just say, okay, I'm deciding on this.
Oh yeah.
For me, I feel like for me it was easier. Like I feel like it's easier for me to make decisions with my daughter.
Me too.
Also, because the person I will deal with, he's a lot of work. So I would rather do it alone. Actually feel better. I know there are some financial constraints here, because when you have someone who's helping with a few things, if you're a single parent fully, you're the one who's taking up all, as in everything, it's just you. That I will say is my low. But the part for making decisions, mimi, I like it because venye alijitoa completely after him mvutano, I'm at peace. I can make decisions for my child without going to that man and telling him, oh, situfanye hivi for the baby. No, I know best for my daughter at this point.
Okay.
Do you feel like maybe she meant when you see how when you have support, decisions are easier to like bounce off? Ama if you make a decision that you're with someone in this, ni kama vile shule ukipata uko na 30% alafu mpate mko 5 when mmepata 30%, it's a bit more comforting if you are two people making a risky decision for someone, maybe than carrying it all by yourself. Maybe that's where she feels. If
you have someone who's logic, but if you have someone mwenye
unapelekana hivi na vile,
I think
na labda mtu wako hata they a lot of times people want to hurt you and they don't even think about their child much.
Yeah.
It's just you they're spiteful
I saw a
about.
recent post by Jovial. I don't know if you saw that, the female artist. She wrote something about the way it's so hard, yani, and then they don't even realize that you're actually hurting. Huyo mse ana get back at you, but it's actually in affect mtoi. So I kind of felt that for her, niko like, hey, but sometimes ni poa kwa tu solo, like you just have to do it by yourself.
She's a single parent.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe I think then also we were talking about childhood traumas last time.
Yes.
So I think this is one thing that I carried with me to adulthood. Most of my decisions were made in my younger life.
By
So I
both
didn't really
parents.
get, by both parents. I didn't get to like decide a lot. Like, do I go this way, this way? It was okay, let's do this. And then, so I think coming into adulthood,
Yeah.
Like
I
even without the
relied-
child,
even
you
without
as a
the child,
person,
me as a person,
yeah, I get it.
yeah, I always needed someone to
I
help
get
me.
you.
Yeah. Even for the people I've dated before,
Yeah.
there are things we're not married, but I would still ask them to help me decide. So
Yeah.
now having a whole human,
becomes hard.
yes,
whole
I
lot
really
of
needed someone to help
responsibility.
me make these decisions. But
Oh,
like we said,
yeah.
the highs, now with time, I've figured it out pole pole.
Yeah.
To a point that right now I don't struggle as much. It just, yeah.
That could it actually feeds into the last born and the only child the episodes where last borns and only children said they've always been told what to do. So when they're adults, they feel like when they make a decision, they need to run it by someone.
Exactly.
So maybe that's where the struggle comes in when sasa you are alone. Now uliza nani huyu mtoto.
You're a last born.
I'm an only kid.
Oh, you're an
Only
only
child,
kid.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay.
That's
So all your
why.
decisions were made for you.
Exactly.
Me, I'm a firstborn. I have to make
Yeah, me
decisions.
too. Yeah, you have
So-
Ulijua watu wanakula nini by age 3.
Uko-
unapikia kila mtu. Baadaye anakwambia nakuja saa 4, ujipange.
Actually, that's why they say it's easier for firstborns to date lastborns or only kids. Yes.
Because they are natural.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
They can look to you even for hizo decisions and whatever.
I think I just got a good point. Nikiangalia mtu wa kudate.
Firstborn,
first
please,
born.
baby girl. Firstborn.
Firstborn.
I'm dating a lastborn.
Hey, my lord. Amjipendi. Mko na nguvu.
That explains a lot actually right now. I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
Okay, I see why yako a certain way.
You see, yeah, you have to. Anyway, msikize previous episode. Nakwambia podcast ni moto. But anyway, someone else said, hey, Olive, one of the highs is the fact that you get to parent your child the best way you know how alone. So I guess.
Yes.
Yes.
That I agree.
100%. Mimi, kwanza when it comes to education, I don't play, I don't joke. I don't want someone who come tell me. Kwanza, for me, I wanted to take her to a certain school, and then the dad was like, "Apana, tumpeleke public school." I have nothing against public school. I never went to a public school. I maybe in high school ikanishinda, went to a private
Baby
high
girl.
school. Baby girl. And then you're coming to tell me I take my child to public school and you have the money. Are you mad?
Yeah.
Nika, get out of here. Mimi nikamwambia sawa hata jitoe. Sasa saizi tuko poa hata wewe unajua. Like she needs I know her. I know the things that she needs. Mother knows best.
True.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
To some point, I used to think I'm being selfish, like having that thought of now at least I get to have you all to myself and do things that I feel are right for you.
Yeah.
And not have someone make me feel bad about it. I'm a second guess. So I think that's also a high for me.
Yeah. I mean, I think I feel very. Me, this is the reason I've been single. I'm serially single because the struggle of.
Stop telling us you're single. Stop telling us. We know and we don't want you.
I saw you, Mumbua.
That's easy to tukiulizwagwa why are you single, nasemanga hakuna mtu ananitaka, hamwamini.
Tunakuona.
It's very serious.
We see you talking about it. We just don't want you.
Na hata hatukutaki. But my whatever with singlehood is that having to do things together.
With someone.
With having,
you don't like that?
It's such a struggle.
In relationships?
No. Kila mtu afanye. If I need to make a decision,
I usually
make
think,
it and I move. I don't want consultation, bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Me, I don't mind. In the relationship bit, me, I don't mind. Let's make these decisions together. But again, may have trauma from men. I will not make such decisions with someone who hasn't put a ring on it. Yes, you have to be my husband so that we can make those decisions. Yes, otherwise, Buddha.
Maybe actually, I usually think with someone it's harder because nataka kubreathe like vile Olive unasema like sometimes unataka kubreathe, unataka kuamka leo uamke uende place na usiambie mtu about it.
And then the compromise, I feel like there's a lot of compromise that comes into relationships where there are things like maybe me, I want to eat pasta, but you don't like pasta. Now I have to find a midpoint for something that is not.
See, you eat different meals. Si mmoja kule pasta mwingine
but
kule.
Now you're cooking a different meals.
So let's say we are sharing.
Mnunue chakula.
No, it's okay.
Si muoda glovo, guys.
It's okay. We are not saying food per se. You are those people that we tell it's the principle. It's not the actual.
It's the principle.
I was just saying that like having to compromise.
Yes.
I think when you're alone, you see the way you wake up and then you decide, mimi huyo mtoto hata transfer shule. Imagine if you are in a relationship, that's a discussion that takes a while before you decide, okay, this baby is moving out of this school. So I'm just thinking, it's faster. What were they called? In business, we learned pros and cons of, what is it called? Like solo, when you're running the business alone, and when you're in a partnership. I think it's the same.
Too many peleka, but I hated that subject.
I love business.
I think it was the teacher. Nimekumbuka hadi venye ilikuwa imeandikwa kwa book. Yani it's photographic memory.
Sole proprietorship and partnership.
Ungefanya agriculture. Kulikuwa na hiyo option. Ilikuwa agriculture ama business studies.
I think ilikuwa home science.
Home science. Ndo tukule
lakini saa kushona nayo.
Was there home science in boys' schools? Because I'm about to pick up on.
Some of them,
I think there were.
Yeah.
Fine.
But most of the time.
I think my brother did home science.
Schools that didn't have kina home science had woodwork.
Yes, woodwork and arts.
There are things that
drawing.
Have either, but
or even music. Some schools had music.
We didn't. Music. We didn't have.
I wish we
had music.
I know, right?
I
feel like some of these compulsory. I mean, some of these elective subjects need to be in each and every school, regardless.
But CBC is here now.
Yeah.
Or CBC.
But iko trial.
Wazazi wa CBC. You know wazazi wa CBC?
Baby girl.
Mine is baby girl.
Oh, IGS. Wait. Tafute pesa. Tafute do.
I said, maybe education.
You're not playing.
We don't joke. That girl's
really
education.
Cool. That's
yesterday she was telling me, Mommy, we have a project, CG for animals. So she has to research over the weekend. So she's planned her weekend to research.
Actually, that was my dream. Kupeleka mtoto IGCSE. But here we are. We thank God.
We appreciate what a grow to vizuri. Watakuwa freshi.
But I think the basis of education, I feel like everything I have now is based on where I went to school in primary. Yes, the knowledge I have in English, the etiquette, me, I feel like everything I base on what was taught in primary school. High school was really rogue for me.
High school was rogue.
Kwanza mimi nilipelekwa public high school. It was just I don't know what this is. So I think your foundation pia is very important. And while we are on this point, hey,
Uliza.
This is a trigger.
Uliza.
But what are you
just say
ask? No, she'll forget.
The fact that you get to parent your child the best way you know how alone. But as Africans, we've had the narrative for so long that you'll do something wrong and people are like, because
you
grew up in a
single home. Imejaa uko Twitter, bitter men.
Kwanza you with a boy now what is your story? Me, I've seen worse kids from a I've seen worse kids from a full home,
parent home.
I've
seen that.
I saw something on social media like 2 days ago that we are not ready for the conversation that there are kids who are brought up in toxic two-parent homes that are struggling right now in comparison to kids who are brought up in peaceful single-parent homes. But as Africans, we are not ready for that. We are ready to say single-parent kids brought up by single parents are messed up and this and that.
And are we ready for the conversation that some of us were brought up in two-parent homes where the parent was single?
Very true.
There's that too.
There's that.
You know.
They're not ready. Yeah, he was there, but he was not there.
Moja tunaweza sema ulimuona.
By the way, for real. Aki, for real.
There's a TikTok I saw, or I think it's Instagram or something, of a video of this a white couple in the States. And they, you know how they get kids same age wakiwa wamefuatana doremi and they are like below, all are below like 6-5 years old. Shika moja hapa amenyonyesha, kuna mwingine hapa toddler, there are others who are fighting over here, they are having lunch somewhere. Guess where the husband is? Ako hapo where you are,
not even
on phone.
Business.
The lady who was teaching that video said, lady, wake up, just know that you're in this, you're parenting your kids alone. You're a single parent.
You're a single parent with someone.
The main thing that made me become a single parent ni hiyo. Like, why, if I'm already a single parent and we are
in the relationship,
and then that adds you another child. Now you're taking care of another grown human added on to your responsibilities.
But if he acted like, if he was a good dad and was emotionally supportive and all that whole support system,
you would have to stay here.
Even if he was a bad partner to me, I'm that conservative that I would have stayed, because namwangalia nasema he's a good dad.
He's a good dad.
But then mimi nikuwe single mom na tuko pamoja.
Wako wengi, by the way.
There's something we were saying with Olive some other day, and it's something I hold dear up to now. When I'm dating, you have to check the person you're dating. Can they make a good parent, mother or father? Can they make a good partner? Please check before anything, because I think that is one of the things that have made us end up as single parents. Because you look at someone, you're like, this person can make a good partner, but you don't look at the aspects of them being a good parent.
But now here's a plot twist or something. What metrics do you use to measure?
You can't,
because at that point you're dating.
I
don't think I would continue dating someone, like, say for me, I'm someone who was dating for marriage. Like, this thing is going somewhere, and I was looking at all these aspects, like, he's a good partner currently. For me, I was dating the potential of a good dad. So at that point,
potential in relationships is dangerous.
Now I know that. At that time,
yes.
And then all his actions are proving to you that he can be a good dad.
Actually be a good dad.
And then when it gets to now the
real
action, it's like in high school when we used to study theory and practical. Theory umepata 100, fika practical pale chemistry. You don't even know what you're mixing with what. Mambo inachemka. So now when I got to saw the practical bit and it was not matching up to the theory, that's how I walked out. So maybe this thing is usually so much on social media that dates are a partner.
I
Just
think
the way
ni
you
bahati.
put it.
I think
But
ni
now
luck.
hapo nashangaa.
Me feel ni luck pia.
I
Like
feel like you
ukiangukia
can-
umeangukia.
I feel like you can tell. There are certain aspects.
Yeah, there are certain aspects
you can actually tell. You're going to see the way someone is. I'm trying to think of an example.
I'm thinking, are there signs during your pregnancy? Like I know someone who was pregnant, and even that first clinic visit, his man didn't go with
Yes,
her.
but then
The man
usually
didn't
the
go
signs
with
See,
Yeah.
her.
already
No.
that's a sign.
That's
I
what I'm
ignored that
feeling.
But the
In
thing
fact,
is,
I'm on all of this alone.
but I'm sure there's probably a time she was unwell or she needed this man and he was never there with her. Yani kuna tu vitu.
Actually,
Before
when
the
they look at
pregnancy,
signs,
yeah? Before the pregnancy,
pregnancy.
yeah.
Yeah, there are always things like for me, I ignored it with my partner. One, he hakuwa na kamse serious, alikuwa tu na mchezo mingi. Sitaki kusema hapa sana.
Sitaki kusema hapa sana. Lakini sisi tunataka mchezo.
You want the tea.
Tunataka mchezo mingi. Tunataka mchezo mingi.
Another thing is probably someone's thinking and their values.
Yeah.
And maybe if you're dating a stingy person,
Yeah.
like very stingy with their money, be rest assured, okay, that's one thing I should have noticed. That's one thing. Like if they're stingy, they won't
international school hapo unaambiwa we.
hata si hivyo, hata international, hata chakula, like the small things. Because later on, that's when I saw these things. I'm the one who used to ukimwambia fanyia mtoto hivi hataki, but he was like that all along. There's that tiny things.
I think the signs are
things that
there,
we
but
know.
we were so blind. I think for us as millennials, we were blinded, and then the way we were raised,
Yeah.
we turned a blind eye to a lot of red
things,
flags
Kama
that
ni
men
vitu
had.
ndogo tu.
Yeah,
Ama
hata
unaweza
change.
handle,
Ama you're like,
I can compromise.
or rather, you're in such an hyper independent mode, you don't realize that this
it's
person is
actually
not
happening.
meeting
Yeah.
you halfway.
Halfway.
Wa umezoea tu. Because me, I remember there's a time when I was living with my ex, and there's this time, and I think that's when it dawned on me that I don't want to be here. Because I went out and did shopping and came back, and I carried the bags all the way to the house. And I was like, why do I have a man? If I was doing this while single by myself, I used to go for shopping, come back, carry all the bags to the house. Then why do I have you?
Sembusu
Yeah,
ungepata
so at
mtoto
that
na
point
yeye.
you don't realize until
Na hiyo tu ni
ugundue
shopping.
before I used to carry my bags to the house. Now maybe hata si mimi nafanya shopping ama ni mimi nikileta zitabebwa. So now I'm like, yeah, there's an ease to my life. But if I'm living the way I lived while I was single, what exactly?
So you
What
can imagine you're feeling that as a person. Like
Yeah.
now there's another person.
There's another person. Yeah,
New
exactly.
person. So inakuwa even
For me,
harder.
I think things that I would have looked out for, there's so many things we used to agree on, especially when I was pregnant. We would agree on, and he just wouldn't do them. And these are things, you see, red flags.
Mnasema tu tufanye hivi alafu
then,
ina-
yeah.
Mimi
You saw the red flags,
imagine.
baby. You ignored the red flags.
Mimi saizi
My lyrics.
saizi if I was to get pregnant for my partner and there are certain things naona zenye najua they will bring trouble, tutasumbuana na huyu mtoto, mi naenda kutoa. Akimi, I'm gonna go remove that child. I'm not ready to be a single parent.
Again.
Again. So,
Fool me once, your fault. Fool me twice.
Maybe I think my pregnancy, I was too tired to notice some things. Like, you know, wacha tu nifanye, wacha tu, like mimi sina yo mental energy ya deal with these things. Like, nilikuwa umechoka. And then I also had that idea of maybe when we are now living together, because that time we're not living together in different cities, it will be different. The union will be different.
Potential.
But I think my son's birth opened my eyes to a lot of things. A lot of things that hey, I cannot take this. How have I been taking this? Like,
It
not
opens
anymore.
your eyes.
It opens your eyes and
They say that dating a single mom men are scared of dating single moms because we are serious. We don't take bullshit.
Yeah, true.
We don't have the time because
But you know now with drizzle your target because you're hyper independent. Niende kwa nyumba isha kila kitu iko ready. Na pesa na amezoea kujitegemea.
Why not?
Nafika shop na
kuna 2 bedroom
mistari peke yake. All I have to offer ni mistari na luku.
That song lady anaitwa nani Fatma or something. Siwezi choka kujivumilia. Nikuje
kuvumilia. Yeah.
I will not allow a man in my house.
Yeah.
Saizi Z.
Being now single parents, do you feel like now it's a common thing now? Do you feel like now people being told to adopt a pet before they get kids is something that is worth trying?
I think so.
People are now being told get a cat or a dog while you're living with your person first.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. See how they take care of that cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's really cool. I think
You're
everyone
not a
should
pet
do
person,
that.
even a plant would.
Yeah, even a plant, a fish.
Take care of something.
When you're going out of town, you see if your person actually.
Yeah.
And kuna hii video ulinitumia.
Gani hiyo?
Triggered.
Ya ule mama.
Yes, this woman who's fresh out of labor, and then the man comes home with a baby goat.
I saw that.
With a goat.
No, there's
aliambiwa ndiye apike. Ndio.
Gosh, ya kupika ya kucheka.
She was supposed to go cook and then she's from labor like 3 days post and the husband is like go cook.
No, that was another one.
Not that one.
This one was he came back home with a goat as a pet.
Okay.
Fresh out of labor, you're
And
holding
we have
a
like
child.
a small kid and then
Yes.
No.
And then he's just come with a goat. He's left it there. He's just like, and you're just,
we now have a pet.
and I saw the comments and people are just like, can someone put me in a man's brain? I understand what goes
is
on
going
in
on?
there.
I don't think there's anything that goes on there.
They're not
honestly.
just
I don't think. I think they're just thick.
Because they've never even talked about a goat their entire life. And
But this person
why do we
decides
now
to
have
just
a
bring
goat,
a goat.
inside the house?
I don't know if I would laugh in that moment.
Ama it's a ritual. Unajua mambo ni mingi siku hizi.
You know how it is where after labor 3 days post.
Why would you bring it now when I'm giving birth?
3 days
Like a ritual.
post. Yo baby mnakazana kulala analia ndo yo stress ya maziwa
Na
ndo yo
mkona
maybe
goat.
umeshonwa
Yeah.
Mimi,
and you're
there's one
struggling
thing-
to
So she
even
pans
go
from the
cook.
child to a goat bleating hapo kando ya kiti. It's wild.
Can you imagine you have 2 kinds of cries in your house?
Oh my
Mtoto
god.
analia huko
But
Like,
also-
that was the video. There's a child
Yeah.
crying and then ana pan to the goat and the goat is bleating at the corner there.
No, the people you're dating,
Wait,
guys.
there's another video you guys I think you've not seen.
Yeah.
There's this mama, like the guy came with a chick inside the matrimonial.
The home.
Yeah, and then she's carrying a baby, and then she's breastfeeding. And then the
I
man
may
has
have
the woman in that
questions.
house.
Mimi, I have
and she's
questions.
saying, me hata siwezi piga, siwezi bishana na huyo dame.
You don't have
Na the
this.
chick
You don't
is
have
inside.
this.
I
At
have
that
I
time,
have
you
a
don't have
question.
The
Sure.
guy brings analeta ndani ya nyumba.
Niko na swali.
Uliza.
Huyu
Swalisha.
msichana, the
Uliza.
woman, where was she when the husband was bringing this babe into their matrimonial
Si ako hapo
bed?
ananyonyesha.
Mimi niko bedroom
She was there
unanyonyesha
ananyonyesha,
ujui mtu
imagine.
analeta
Alafu
huko
unachukua nguvu unagojea wamalize chenye wanafanya.
Relax, una relax tu.
maybe kuna exit plan alikuwa na make.
Una
Wacha
relax,
nikwambie
and then
mimi,
the
I wish I
calmness,
had an
actually
exit plan.
the
I wish I
calmness
didn't
of
just
that
happen
woman
to-
ndo ilinifanya nikafeel wow,
Yeah.
she was so
She was so
calm.
calm.
She was just like me siwezi shughulika na dem
Alisema hivyo. Na huyo
Exactly,
msichana,
dem
huyo msichana mwenye analeta kwa hiyo. Why are you crazy? Are you?
I do not
Nini
support
mbaya na
this
madem?
statement ya,
Mjolojam,
a woman
Jojo's.
is a woman's enemy until it gets to such point.
unajua yeye ana
Supporting
shida
hiyo
wacha
maneno
nikwambie
by
tu
the way,
kweli
lakini-
huyo huyo dem ana shida. Yeye anakujia mjules. Yeye hataki kuvunja boma, yeye anakujia mjules.
Hapana.
In fact ni mjules.
Hata yeye.
Huyo dem hataki
tujiheshimu. Hata kama ni kwa side chick tujiheshimu to some extent.
Anataka mjules.
Hapana. Tujiheshimu.
Kwa nyumba is not right.
Hey, unaona bibi yako hapo ananyonyesha na kama
mimi ningeingia hapo nisema no, like ningetoka.
He doesn't even have.
But what about this man? What
no,
is wrong
the man
with this
is
man?
the main problem.
That's the main problem. That's
the
what
man
we are
is
asking.
the main problem.
I know.
Problem number one.
Because what is he thinking in the first place? Like,
hawana akili Mumbua. Me have established men are very selfish. The moment we realize and kubali that men are selfish, that's the point you'll enter into a relationship with clear eyes. Utakuwa umefunguka macho, utakuwa hivi inaonesha hiyo.
Do you remember the girl, the young girl who gave birth and then left it with a man, and that man trended.
And then people were trashing the lady. Huyo dem alisema kitu moja yenye ili stand out for me. Alisema, ni nini mnaniuliza na mtoto wako na baba yake?
Exactly.
Ako na baba yake.
There are two parents in this life.
Mimi I had different feelings towards it. Yes, ni wakati and high time wanaume waachiwe watoto. In fact, mimi nikikuja nikwambia niko na mimba uniambia hapana weka, nitakwambia saa basi. I give birth, I tell you, and you don't want me kutoa, utaki nitoe, sawa, ndo yu mtoto wako. Nikimaliza, don't come cry about it. But now me nilikuwa na maswali kwa hii mambo pia. Did this lady was that the discussion that they had for her to get to that point where she's leaving this child?
That's exactly what she
that's
said.
What she said.
She said I didn't want this child.
She said she didn't want the child, she wanted to abort, and if the guy wants her to keep, alimwambia utakaa naye.
But
that guy practically literally told her verbatim, za huyo mtoto unipe kama utaki. He didn't
wanasemanga maternal sijui nini. Instinct.
Mimi wanasema if your conscience itakubali. The only thing usifanye kama unajua itaenda kukusumbua, ukwe na guilt, ukwe na nini.
If you don't
if
want
your conscience
kids,
can accept it, uachie mtoto baba yake.
Let me give you my story. I gave birth when I was 19. Actually 18. I got pregnant at 18. I was such a baby. And trust me, if I had that chance hiyo time, ningepeleka tu huyo mtoto. Because I really didn't know what to do. At 18, I just didn't know. I just wanted, ndio nataka kufanya my life, alafu I just have this kid. Me, I would. Ingekuwa possible. Ingekuwa ako hiyo responsible, I would. But, situations inafanya tu, ubaki, ukae naye. Ama ukwe, niko na hiyo conscience kidogo. Even if we are struggling in that our house of 1800, I would rather, niko na hiyo conscience.
Hata mimi conscience ndo kitu.
So
I don't think it's conscience. I think it's us being groomed as the person who's supposed to be the primary parent. So we weren't told when we were growing up, it was like the mom holds the family. It's the mom who the child belongs to the mother. It's very funny they say that. And in my community, when people separate, they want the child to remain with the dad.
The father.
Very wild.
I have seen
but
that.
Then when it comes to all sorts of responsibilities, the child is yours. But in real sense, now people have started detaching from that, and people are like, there's two parents. There's the same. This blood that flows in this child's is yours as well as mine. So I think right now people are being desensitized to ati mama peke yake ndo mzazi. Baba pia utabidi ukwe mzazi. Kama unataka maziwa nitapump nikulete. What is the problem? Money. The same way we are asking men to pay for child support.
Even a woman can
me, I'll bring you child support.
I've seen a babe do that, and it's online. And I think you're the one who was telling me this story.
She does. She pays child support.
That story.
And the man took her to court.
The man took her to court.
Ati she's not involved. Na kaambiwa tulikuja hapa ukasema unataka child support. Natumanga child support.
Unataka aje?
I love that woman.
But then again, what you're saying, Ati, we've been groomed. May I think, yes, there's that part. But I think for the women who just peana like an example of that TikTok babe. I think for her, she doesn't want kids completely, but you have to be very sure because again, if you ukikuwa, but like later on when you have kids, you'll always remember kuna huyu mtoto mwingine. There's a conversation we were having with Olive while we were coming, and we were saying if you don't want kids, don't have them, don't have sex, like do everything. Mimi, like
you fornicate.
Why not have sex? Really? Why?
Like,
Why now?
No, you can have sex, but you have to be
Conscious
very
that you
conscious.
do
Do
not want
everything
intentionally,
possible.
like, not to get pregnant.
Because you'll find a lot of babes out here akisema siko nataka mtoto but niko na mtoto. You were not nini 100% about it because we have options of tying tubes, we have contraceptives, we have condoms. Why the fuck are you going to have unprotected sex and you're saying that you don't want children? Alafu get out of here, guys. Me, Olive is the only person nimeona
anasemanga mi sikuwa hata nataka huyo mtoto na akapata
Eh.
you had unprotected sex.
Yeah, you
what
knew
did
the
think were
outcome.
the consequences?
You knew the outcome. Maybe ilikuwa iko inge in
I think
terms
I
of
support you because for me one thing that gave me strength when I started being a single parent is the fact that mimi nilikuwa nataka mtoto.
You wanted
like,
a
all
child.
along,
Yeah.
I used to want a child.
Yes.
In fact, I used to have the fear of ati siku moja naweza amka niambiwe niko
ama
infertile.
upate uwezi
Oh,
pata.
yeah.
Actually, it was a legit fear of mine and I used to share it with my friends. Mimi kama kuna kitu inaweza ni break ni ati nikeza ambiwa I can't have kids.
Yeah.
So at your time, as much as I was struggling, I used to tell
You
myself,
really
like,
wanted it.
as much as ningetaka maybe in another way when I'm more stable and like he's here, and I always wanted a kid, so ilinipatia strength to move on. So I think I support her point. If you know you do not want kids,
Do not
make a conscious decision.
Do everything possible. Yani hata tuseme ibast upate mimba, enda maristops, enda utoyo mtoto. Because if you don't want a child, mi nimekasirikia wati. Enda utoyo mtoto. No,
Yeah,
you know you
jokes.
can abort.
Yeah, I know.
Enda uabort within 1 month by the way if you're sure you don't want kids. Don't come tell us
Don't bring
ati
a
I
child
didn't
out
want kids and now you're ati
Ama you-
alafu-
What's in the case?
Hey.
What's the case of hey?
conversation.
Number 47 for my worst fears in life: cryptic pregnancies. What about oopsie babies? Because we've had people who found
Who are
out
these oopsie babies by the way? 'Cause
who
me, I
is
don't
oopsie?
understand.
the contraceptive did
Who
not
is
work.
who plans?
And
Oh
you-
wow.
Contraceptive did not work, and you found out you are pregnant at 6 months.
Na katoka
At 8
kishika.
months.
Kishika.
IUD.
No weapon fashioned
Against me shall prosper.
And what are, you see, you've heard of cryptic pregnancies. They've walked into a hospital with a headache and came out with a child.
Like they just
You didn't
Yes.
know your periods were coming as usual.
periods
Everything-
came.
Everything.
kila kitu
Una,
ilikuwa
if you
normal.
wanted to have, if you had unprotected
I think
sex,
that's a
Your
miracle.
contraceptive backfired.
your contraceptive
You did not know you
So
were
where would you
pregnant.
No,
Pregnant.
there are two scenarios here, babe.
Yeah.
I don't think for cryptic pregnancies, they will continue having their periods.
Yes.
So where would
And
you-
And there are no
everything.
symptoms.
And there are no symptoms.
Yeah.
Contraceptive, unajua contraceptive haijafanya kazi cause probably periods zitakuja.
Yeah.
High probability.
No, but she was asking about the cryptic
The cryptic pregnancy. Hey,
And especially, it doesn't even have to be cryptic. That one that
And you've
contraceptive
been-
backfired at some
backfired.
point.
And you've been-
and you find
I
out at
actually
6
know like
months.
3 people wenye
Yeah.
contraceptive ili backfire.
ni mtu hataki mtoto.
No, ile
Ile
neither
tu-
here or there.
Neither
Unajua
here
kuna
nor
wale
there,
watu
but then now the
wanakuanga-
child is
Utalea.
here.
Sasa, ikibackfire uko na mimba ya
Utalea.
6 months utafanya nini?
Utalea. Mi nasema tu hivi ukijua utaki
If you are-
mtoto
if you are
like
sure.
you should
Unajua, yeah.
do everything possible.
Possible.
We've
Yeah.
known of babes. An example is Mothoeni Gitau who went and tied her tubes. We know you were telling me of someone else who's tied
The
their
Grace
tubes.
Cup. I don't know what her name
yes,
is.
there are babes right now who can tie their tubes.
What if you're 50-50?
50-50.
Just condoms, contraceptives.
Condoms,
Ama you
tembea na
freeze.
condoms
But
kwa
then Kenya
bag.
saizi mtu anaweza freeze,
Me, I'm not
like-
even 50-50.
We
There's
are for
celibacy.
sure. For
There is
real.
condom. There's so many
50-50
options.
about
Yeah.
having kids.
Yes, there's celibacy, there's condoms
Yes.
and contraceptives. You
The
have
only is the
I
only
want- you're not sure
if you're not
you want or
100,
you don't want.
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
everything
you
possible.
have contraceptives
You have
until the
celibacy.
time
Or until the
Yes.
time when
you
you're
want.
Until when you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Olive is the only person who I've met who does everything
Everything
possible.
She openly says, actually, it's Olive who made me start thinking. I never used to fathom the thought ati kuna mtu anaweza kasema I don't want kids.
Yeah.
It had never occurred to me.
It's a good thing.
And then I
It's a
started
good thing. I
seeing
think even for me, where Olive is, the only thing I feel like I really love that baby so much because I feel like if she wasn't in my life, if she didn't come,
Yes.
then trust me, I would be where Olive is. I would not get any.
Me too.
Even now, right now, I'm like, I usually tell the guys who are coming to Katiami, hey, ujue by the
I'm not adding.
usinihande story, I'm doing me, I'm done.
Yeah.
My child is turning 13 and I'm like, guys, I'm so
Yeah.
I'm done.
So I really understand
I get-
Olive.
me, I
kabisa.
used to see it in like in movies. People say they don't want kids, and then now nikaanza kuona Africans are also adopting it, but from afar. And then I see
Yeah.
Olive, and she's so strongly
And
about.
I was your roommate.
Yes, and you're my roommate. And then I think I think society needs to unlearn and learn some things because the world is changing. There's the online judges, and gosh,
Imagine it's
kuna
okay not
choka
to
tu
want
na
kids.
watu.
Me, I feel like it's okay.
Yeah.
Instead of getting kids, traumatizing them, ama you're being stressed with your
Just
partner.
learn to
you know?
adapt to things. Like this
Yeah.
is where the world is going.
This is where. And then just like I feel right now, even you might want to have kids. It's still okay to want to have kids, but then am I asking too much if I ask people to think about your situation? Can you set yourself up better?
Plan.
Yeah, plan for
I have been
children.
told so many
Yes,
times
yes.
that I misguide the younger people I associate with because Mimi, I openly tell them, have a plan. If you truly want to have kids, to have
Yeah.
kids,
You
Yeah.
should
have a plan. Kids
Yeah.
are expensive.
They
That's
are.
something we were not
100%.
told before
Yeah.
as
100%.
millennials.
Mtoto atakuja na sahani yake.
Which
you know?
son? Who of the Sauti soul
Wait.
has a child? Show me. Show me.
By the way,
Show me.
But then speaking of the highs and lows of single
Yeah.
parenting, I think the financial beat was
Yeah.
my biggest low. My God,
It's-
it messed me up.
Thank you for bringing that point.
It's
So for me,
very-
I think I was prepared to have my kid up to the point of birth. I had not thought after
yeah.
that.
After
Beyond
that, what
that.
happened?
Yes. For me, my faith, please do not put your faith in Jesus or the universe or anything else.
sasa unajua sasa me, I'm just looking at her. I'm like, I'm looking at her. I'm like, where hata ulikuwa una mimi hata I didn't know what was happening.
What was
Mimi
happening?
nilikuwa na live two lives
Yeah.
na
I
amka tu.
put my faith
I
in
didn't know
man.
exactly.
And the Bible clearly
Oh,
says,
do not
put
Your faith in man.
In 2023, you trust a man. Even the time of Jesus, they knew.
Nella wrote us.
Where?
do not put your
So
trust.
now I'm-
And they said man. They didn't say
man.
woman.
Put your trust
They
in
didn't
man.
say woman.
And then I defied God. Your child defied you.
Yeah.
For me anyway. So my point is, even when we were talking about this kid, I don't know if I should call my baby oops baby or not. I don't
It's
know.
okay.
We talked about it,
Wangu
but
ni
we were not.
withdrawn.
We were here, neither here or
Yes,
there.
you're
Like
just-
I'm
Yeah.
not using contraceptive, but we've talked about it. Like, what if I get pregnant? And it's
Anasema
like,
tu ni
we are
sawa.
okay,
baby, we're okay.
Yeah,
We
ikikam
both had
tutalea.
jobs.
I know those ones.
Man.
So for me,
I know those ones.
already mtu amepatia your confidence.
Yeah.
We will be together in this.
Hey.
Actually, when through the pregnancy journey, as much as kuna vitu mingi niliignore, in my mind I was like, si tutaraise huyu mtoto pamoja. So even the plans I was making was nitadeliver wapi, mtoto atavaa nini, tutaishi wapi.
Are you the only one who's making
You know.
these plans, or you're doing it
No, we
together?
are doing it together. We actually, I used to be the 50-50 kind of babe, not anymore. Please. If you're planning to date me, mimi sina
Plan
pesa. So that time, we were like, mimi nilikuwa, I will buy the things for the kid, like clothes,
Yeah.
vitu zenye mtoto atatumia. Him, he will look for a better house for
Health,
us,
nini.
stock the house, hizo vitu.
Yes.
So kila mtu ali keep the end of the bargain I think mimi nili keep my end of the bargain kabisa. For the house I also came in kidogo. Like si we are tutaishi pamoja kwa nyumba, I'll do this kidogo. So up to the point of delivery, I delivered, tulikuwa sawa, and then now we started living together. And that's why I realized I do not have a plan for this baby henceforth. Like if the place I was working at took on a health insurance, we would be screwed. That's one thing. Tungetegemea NHIF Gadi, my friend. At that time he had quit his job. We were tulikuwa tunafanya biashara pamoja, which was doing pretty well at that time. But then again, do not put your trust in
man.
So title for the episode.
I didn't have the plan for 0 to 1 tutafanyaje. I remember bringing up the conversation of now tuko na mtoto, let's start saving for the education policy. And then it's tutafanya, you know, those promises that never really let's do this. So but when it go to the point of sasa tumeachana ile kabisa I suffered financially because now I had to pay rent on my own, ulipe house help, food. Hey, by the way, we underrate the price of food.
Hey,
Food
tell me about it.
So you're like doing everything on a small salary. Si nimekwambia mimi nilikuwa nimetegemea tutakuwa pamoja.
Yeah.
So sikuwa nimepata
you calculated
budget yangu nitafanya hivi, nitafanya nini. Hiyo sasa uko na pampers, uko na nini, like so all
Cost of
things.
pampers.
So when I say plan, when you plan to have a kid, actually have a plan. It's not only up to delivery. Have a plan for the next 1 year, 2 years, 5 years.
It's a whole lifetime thing.
So that's something.
Even for me, one of the reasons for like not wanting children is because I picture, and I find that's why I'm so angry at so many new parents. I picture kids as teenagers. You know, a lot of people picture kids as the bubbly 2-year-old, and you're just changing napkins and that's about it. Me, I picture hata huyu mtoto huyu alitoka shule juzi, she's coming to hug me. I told her shower first.
Gosh.
I pictured all of that. I pictured this child at 6 years with Homer. I pictured this child as a 13-year-old who needs a sex talk. I pictured this child as an 18-year-old who's going to date and get heartbroken.
Oh my God,
I pictured this person as a fully functioning human being, and I know I cannot support that. I know I don't have the capacity to do that for 18, 19, 20 years.
Wow.
So I don't think people picture.
I love that honesty. That's so much.
Usifikirie mtoto tutazaa. And I've seen online women telling other women, when you want to have kids, it's not that your husband is a bad person, it's not that your partner is a bad person. Can you support that child alone if they were to live today?
If they were to live today, can you? Very
so
I
then
don't think people
be
question
confident
that,
in that.
True, I totally support what Olive said. Think about it as a unit. Kama tutakuwa pamoja, this will be. If we are not pamoja, I can't imagine your experience now that you are 18.
You've been a single mom since
all through
from birth.
Me actually, for me ilikuwa I was 18, just fresh out of high school, but alikuwa boyfriend unajua ile. So I just come, I'm pregnant. Kambua upewe.
Hey,
si yangu
kwaheri.
Niliambiwa my friend, it's not mine.
Ogopa wanaume.
It's not mine. And it's never been his. So what would I have done? So siningekuwa tu, I was just by myself because he said it's not his. So from the moment hiyo iliingia tu kwa kichwa, alisema it's not. Hata nakumbuka the last words I told him, please never. Usiwe kuja useme hata najua hiyo tu ndio aibu mali anakonga anasema haki siwezi kuja niambie udem. Siwezi kozeli nilimwambia uko sure si wako, asiwahi kuwa wako hata siku moja. Wewe una mtoto na ikaishia hivyo. Juu alikataa na akakataa. Na mimi nikaenda my ways. I just survived. But all in all, what that taught me is I just knew I'm alone in all this. I never put my trust in anyone. I never thought about anyone. I just thought about me in this situation. And I just lived through it. I would just say I just lived. We just survived. Yeah.
And that then feeds into the first thing we were talking about, where you feel like it's easier that you are alone
It's
because your life is
easier.
just programmed to being alone than
Yes.
if you have someone who's on and off. They've come in one time.
Yeah,
they've
I
left,
have friends
they've
who are
left.
in those
Yeah.
situations, and I feel it's harder
too
for them.
much.
It's too much. As
Yeah.
long as the other person is trying to be there, it's really harder. If in fact they actually tell me, me I admire you because you ukiamka tu leo useme unataka
wewe
kunini,
peke yako,
ni
yeah.
wewe tu peke yako. It's really cool. It's so cool.
And it's so sad when someone insists on making a decision over the kid when they're not fully present.
Yani
story
wewe
ya
alafu
mtu
unaniambia sasa nataka aende shule fulani.
Nataka ende alafu
Unless
utumie hiyo
you-
pesa.
wewe yuko.
Unless you're 100% involved in this child's life,
Yes.
you shouldn't have a decision. I find it so odd when people are bashing. I don't know. That's why nilikuwa natamani tungekuwa na single dad, they would probably give us their side of
Yes.
the story.
Yeah.
Because we can only speak about what we relate and what we go through.
But
so
yeah, sure.
like at this point, so I see a lot of bashing on single moms who do not allow the partner
the
to see the
parent
kids
to-
because
yeah.
they're
Yes.
full time. But you've not gone to find out in this
The story behind it, yeah.
Does he support? Because if you're not
Yeah,
supporting,
why are
unakuja
you
kumuona
saying,
nini?
for
Mtoto
real?
atakula macho ama kuonwa ama nini?
And then also the inconsistency
The
of daddy is here
inconsistency.
today,
Yeah.
daddy
He's
is not
not
there
there.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which
This
messes with the
child,
kids.
yeah.
Psychology, yeah.
I've been
Yeah, me,
there.
I'm actually for me, I'm really happy about that point coming across because I'm with my child right now because she's turning 13 this month. We're in that space where we are talking about it. She's like, by the way, mom, huyu dad wangu by the way. Tumefika hapo by the way, tuko hapo. Sasa ananiambia by the way, huyu dad wangu anakaangaje? Hivyo ndo aliniuliza anakaangaje.
Has she asked to see
Yeah,
him?
yeah.
Are
she
you
did.
planning
What?
to
No,
get
has
them to
he?
meet?
No, I told her. This is what I told her. I told her, huyu dad wako ana exist ako tu na anajua huko. Kama yeye mwenyewe atakuja akutafute anicall, namba yangu sija change since high school, so I've had the same number.
Yeah.
So he knows ama hata it's not even hard for him to get to me. It's
Yes,
with
yeah.
social media rahisi
Celebrity.
sana bana.
Our DM.
Ama DM tu pale Instagram nini
Yeah.
the Mumbua. So the thing is akikuja leo aseme nataka kuona mtoi wangu, mi niliambia mtoi wangu sitamwambia no.
Yes.
Gladly nitamwambia
You
sasa
can
umekam
say,
unataka kumcheki ndio huyo.
Ndio
But
huyo.
one thing for sure I will not do, I will not go look for that man at
come.
this point.
Yes.
Nianze kumwambia ati now this child you need to come
Now
to
wants
no.
to. Guy, utakuwa unafungua a
I
whole can
cannot.
of worms.
Yes.
Me, I've been in that situation where there's inconsistency, where I'm trying because you're told, kwani unakataa aone mtoto, mwache tu amuone kidogo. So me, I tried everything possible so that when my child grows, asikuja kusema, mommy, you never
tried, yeah.
Because I've had situations of where kids blame their parents for never allowing them to see their dads. And they can't understand when you say ati it's because he wasn't providing.
Yeah.
So me, I gave him many opportunities. Mara ilikuwa pesa, nikamwambia you need to provide. Nikaona ha provide. Last week I was telling you guys the way my daughter got anxiety from all these things with their dad. We had to go see a therapist. And the therapist was like, even if he's not providing,
Wacha
muone. Na nikamkubalisha, nikaona hata hii mambo ya pesa tunasumbuana because he's like I can only provide 3,000. Niko like hiyo hata isaidi, I don't care about your money. You come see, show up the consistency. And even with that opportunity, still
He couldn't.
he never showed up. And I was like, I've tried everything humanly possible to to allow this man into this child's life.
yeah.
It's gotten to a point where my daughter doesn't even ask for the dad. Ama hata akiwa on holiday atauliza tu, mommy, I'd like to go to daddy's house for holiday. Namwangalia tu jusa utamwambia story
You
inaisha.
as a mom unaogopa hiyo rejection and come to her like I realize
Yes.
actually my dad doesn't want
Because
to. That is
the
very 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 bad.
The inconsistency
Yeah.
is really bad.
And she will notice
And I don't want, mi nilimwambia, now because you're being inconsistent, jitoe. Nikampatia the last opportunity, what I was telling you guys, when she had a science fair at school, I was traveling for work. So may I reach out. Already nimeshapanga na mwalimu, I'm gonna video call her for her science fair so that she can see that I was present. I text the dad, nikamwambia hii na hii inafanyika. He doesn't toa school fees, he doesn't do anything but just show up to. Because mtoto pia ameuliza. May was great, ilienda, niko aliona because he alitoa
huyo tu anabaki
nikalenga
huyo namfanya tu
nikasema tu
ni hadi unataka kupitia kama zi gotea mtoi nini unakuwa tu morio
the inconsistency
no akuje tu na hiyo inconsistency akiwa morio like
I had to protect her from that, and the last time I told him we are not doing this shit again. Me, I'm protecting her because I know how she feels. We've been through it with anxiety. We've seen a therapist. I don't want her to have this trauma when she grows up, and then she starts looking for men who are, because she doesn't feel loved enough by her dad, to grow up and start looking for men who are going to love her, and she looks for the wrong kind of men. We aren't doing that.
Subconsciously normalize
inconsistency in her life. So venye alikata kurespond yo, I called Olive and I was like, because when I got back home, my baby cried, and she told me the way she cried. Even one of the parents was like, mtoto wako alikuwa amesoma kwa mlango akilia when other kids are taking photos with their parents. So one of the parents had to tell her, mommy sent me, kuja, we take a photo. That really affected her. And I was like, I'm not doing this again. Ndivyo nimemcut off. Akiwahi piga simu asema nataka kuona mtoto wangu, no, at this point
unasema
it is no.
Because you're also building, just think of yourself.
I know, because you're supposed to protect that child, because the moment that child realizes that my dad is actually rejecting me, that is really so afadhali wewe urejectie huko umrejectie mbele kabla mtu yeye realize umse anani reject. Do you know how hiyo inaweza kuwa so bad?
And you know, me I usually tell her, because she used to ask when we separated, she was around 5 years, she used to ask me, mommy, all up to 6 years, mommy, why don't we live in daddy's house? Why do we have 2 different houses? So I have to explain to her the reason. And pole as she grows, she will get to understand the reason why. She even knows. If you ask her, who does 1, 2, 3? It's mommy. Mommy pays. If I want anything, it's mommy. Mommy pays for my school fees. If I want clothes, it's mommy. Right now, even ndivyo anafikiria. But aki grow up, when she's a teenager, she realized, but this man, with mommy tried. Mommy was doing 1, 2, 3 things for me. And me, I'm protecting her.
And I think one thing we fail as adults is not separating our issues na the kid. If you have issues that take way between
for sure.
Inconsistency. Just at that time when I felt he was being like, next weekend nitakuja. Kumuka that time the kid is like 6 months to 1 year. And you're already showing signs of inconsistency. What are we doing?
Exactly.
A point yenye anajua uni dadi alafu amekuja alafu amesema next weekend umempromise nitakuja.
Alafu anakuwa excited anangoje hiyo weekend anajua
anakosa kushow up. Alafu ingine akuje time anataka. Like no. If you cannot be consistent now, what are you?
I don't I think society, I hope it gets to a point where society understands why women as mothers make the decisions to refuse contact with baby daddies. Completely.
Because who wouldn't want help?
For sure.
Personally, I would like mtu mwenye ata co-parent. Mimi ningefanya vizuri sana in co-parenting. If we can separate the parenting issues.
They don't know how to separate it.
Exactly. Who would not want to support?
Mse umelala naye hadi mkazaa.
Mumbua.
Nasikianga mtu umedoze naye hadi mkazaa noma. Lazima tu kutakuwa na hiyo.
Something
like iko kuna
I saw something on social media. Of course I'm coming from privilege again as a child free person, but I saw someone who said that people show up for the people they love, and if that inconsistency is even with their children, that person does not love
they do not love their child.
Hamtaki, because even Vicky Tenyo was here for Mother Left, and she said she prayed for a man who will be a good father. She forgot about partner, but good father aliomba.
Hapo sawa.
But she says the father to her child is
It's amazing.
And that
Yes.
tells you that man loves that child.
child.
It doesn't matter what we are going through
Yeah.
with
They
this woman.
do, yeah.
So if that extends, if that inconsistency is extending to your child,
They never loved that child.
they don't want your child. They resent that child as
just
much as they resent
Me,
you.
They don't want you
Actually,
plus your child.
Plus your child, like all of you get out of here.
Plus your
Because
child, yeah.
mimi when this man was going alituonesha madharau sana and anaonesha mtoto madharau because of me to hurt me. So it was during COVID time.
Yeah, it was not because
no.
Ah.
So because I remember it was during COVID time, I just lost my job. His job was perfect. He even got a bonus. Things were fine for him. But he would rather not pay school fees because they were still studying. Ndo aniumize. He would rather not
struggle
ndo mimi
utatoa.
chenye kiliniumiza ni he would rather not buy food for that child. Ndo mimi nisikie as in ndo alikuwa ananiambia alikuwa ananiambia ati siwezi nunua chakula mkiwa hapa. Namwambia basi nikuachie mtoto. Hataki. Men are trash. Men are fucking trash. And that's the point when I realized this man doesn't even love this child. And I told him, haupendi mtoto wako. You will rather your child starve at night.
Yeah.
So I will go to the neighbors. There's a neighbor friend who was alikuwa anajua what's going on. Yende alikuwa ananipatia food ya mtoto. But this man heri aende. You know how COVID time was really hard. He would rather go eat somewhere. Akuje ameshiba. Lakini huyo mtoto hata asipewe chakula.
That is
Men are trash.
Apigwe.
Uchawi mnipatie namba.
Apigwe. Unataka nini? You get me. And then there's the same man who will come back and try to show up for this child. Juzi amenunulia mtoto guitar.
Bado mko tu.
Si juzi pase.
Okay.
But before the last year that I had. So we've had a conversation and me I'm asking him.
She knows the child is a musician.
Umenunulia mtoto guitar. You know
mtu yeye anapenda kuimba.
She loves music.
Okay, that's cool.
But do you gojea hold usieke that's good. Nikamwambia lakini see you know they are doing flutes in school. That's how you start to learn music. Ati no she can use ati atajibamba tu kwa YouTube. Are you going to pay for classes? Yes. Akasema yes. Okay, if you're going to pay for classes then that's good. It's okay. Anaweza ibeba nyumbani. Nikamwambia utakuwa unalipia mwalimu hadi hapa. There's a lady I've seen, in fact let me send you her Instagram umuone. Sawa venye hiyo gitar ili launch akasema nikamza anaanza classes when asi unajua tu atalan YouTube. Gita yenyewe ni electric. Jehovah my Lord.
Lakini sasa
na ina kamba moja.
No, haina kamba moja baby. Haina kamba moja. No, haina. No, the baby came and told us with Olive later on because Olive asked
hiyo gitaa ilitolewa wapi?
Olive alimuuliza.
Where did that guitar come from?
Olive alimuuliza ati mommy, ati you have a guitar. Can I play for you? Shakamuza. Where did you get it from? Daddy. Where did Daddy get it from? A friend of his.
Oh my God.
It wasn't even but Oliver kaniangalia tukambiana.
Akashindwa hizi ni nini mnaendeleza?
Mimi nimedanganywa.
Leo atafanyia nini gitaa pamoja apatie mtoto?
Hebu mnipatie gitaa, mimi mwanamuziki. Niletee gitaa for it. Nitatafuta hiyo kamba moja.
Haina hata place ya waya. Hata baby o gitaa.
Oh my God. Olive. Utaweka ipata kile nimecheka ndio.
Iko na place ya wa.
Ati it needs fixing. And then this nigga tells me when he's leaving, ati unafaa kufixiwa waya. Angalia mtu ukashindwa. What the fuck? Are you okay?
Like utachukua gitaa umtape na mwambie
na. At point hata una nguvu. You just entertain his
reaction. I wish ungekuwa wewe ndio ningependa kuona reaction yako
kama moja
kama Olive na wewe ndio umeletewa gitaa.
Olive alikaa hivi akaangalia ako
she didn't even know. It's me who came, and then I was like, why does this guitar have 5 strings?
And then we check. Olive anasema this is an electric
It's an
guitar.
electric
Iko
guitar.
wapi wire?
Electric inahitaji ile kitu. Kuna there is another thing also for
Hakuna.
like a mixer. It's a whole thingy.
It's just a guitar standalone.
Huwezi play
Exactly.
Na ina kamba moja.
That is
Ina
to show
string
you
moja.
men are trash. Yani wanaume.
na amebaia mtoto.
And you know why he's doing that?
I learn YouTube.
Ati learn YouTube. Na tumetoka kwa agree that hii guitar hakuna mwalimu.
Mimi kitu inanibamba
And you know,
about her, it's vile she's so intentional about the kid learning. Yani amemwambia unajua hata
Exactly.
classes, teacher classes,
No,
like she's
the
so
reason why I was like that with him, it's because Mimi, I already have. You see the way we were saying decision making.
Yeah.
Me already know my child is learning music in school.
Yeah.
They start with flutes. That's how you start learning music. From there, you move on to piano, and then from piano, that's when you can play any instrument. I'm correct, right?
And right
Yes.
now in school,
Yeah.
syllabus inasema wanatumia
Flute.
Yeah.
Why
Yes,
haven't
and
you
the-
go to
and
a
the-
why
phone?
did you go and buy a guitar
No,
with
nilimwambia
one string?
hata ninunue rekoda akaleta shida. Rekoda ni 300 guys.
Ni 150
Ni
halves of
150
leather.
yenye ulimbaia ikivunjika tukaba ingine.
Wow.
So nikimwambia hivyo, it's to make him accountable. Like if you're doing this has to happen. Nigga landed like this.
Sorry.
Sawa. Woof. Akajitoa kwa hii story. Sasa mtoto wangu anashindanga kusema
Mtoto wako
Mommy,
angalia
I have a
YouTube.
guitar.
Kwani?
Mommy, I have a guitar. Alafu Oliver anamwambia, this guitar you cannot play.
Ole wanamwongeleza kama mtu mzima. Hii gitaa
And then, unajua, the reason why he even got it, it's because Amara wanted a guitar for a very long time. So this man is doing this, playing with her mind. Ndo apendwe.
You have to protect your kid by that.
ana nini ana try ways
Ana
to
gather.
get
Lakini ukimwambia school fees, chakula, he cannot.
akwendangi hivyo si hata anunue kitu ingine ya maana.
I took this man to Fida. Fida is a hoax, and me I'll say that.
is.
I will
Nilimkisha
call it.
mpaka Fida.
Nilimpeleka. Fida is a hoax. It is horrible. They don't care about the mother. They only care about the man.
The money.
He came.
The money.
The man. The
money
man.
pia, who has money
No,
between the
no,
two?
they don't care about that.
Mm.
They care about the man.
The man. Okay, I thought it's a women.
Hey, please, baby girl. NGOs ni hoax. Huyu nilienda nikaambiwa
Natafuta sponsor, thanks.
nikaambiwa akakuja akasema he only says what he can provide. So if he says he can only give you 2k, ni ukubalie tu hiyo. There's no other discussion. Mi niliambiwa 3,000. Nikakaa hivi nikauliza
machungu yangu
Yes, wanasema yeye usema yeye akiulizwa aseme utapeana how much, akisema hiyo
na
weekend.
you know at that time you've done your things, the things that mtoto anahitaji, the basics and how much it will cost on a monthly. It will cost sijui this amount. If it's 20k, you're supposed to do 50-50.
Yeah.
And it's solely on the child kabisa.
Hakuna
Hey,
mambo yako ya sijui.
huyu mwanaume akuja aseme I can only give 3,000
Per month.
per month.
Don't
Na yeye
forget.
unaona yeye mwanaume mwenyewe yeye anaona tu mtoi wake anaweza
3,000.
Kama wewe as an adult 3,000.
Hata wewe
Nikaka
kutumia
hivi.
3,000 as an adult
Inakusaidia
living
nini?
alone.
hata
Tuone.
no, as in the
Kusaidia
thing is huu ni mtoi wako.
They don't care. Na saa hizo nimetoka kuona dem mwingine akilia, the husband, the man has said anaweza mpe 1,500, akamwachia mtoto akasema take your child.
Akaenda.
Ndio kule hiyo 1,000.
Mwanaume
mtoto amenikutumiange 1500
in fact you know the point wewe mchukue mimi na kutumia
that lady I think the guards there are used to this, and then that's when nikashindwa kwani hao watu wako aje. Nikaenda, when I had my experience I was like, so this is how they are. Mimi niliwaambia si ati mimi, it's not that I don't have the money. I can easily provide 3,000. It's barely fruits and milk for my daughter. You will not insult me. I will not allow you to. Hui nikajitoa. So mi kifika mahali penye nasema I do not want this man in my daughter's life at this point, and I'm feeling very peaceful. It's because of the shenanigans that I've gone through. And society
and nani lazima uweke, and the society will come at you.
And bash me.
Mtoto akae bila baba.
Me I told Chico, I told Ciru.
Lazima tu umkataze.
Mimi Ciru umenikumbusha. There's a time when we were still trying to figure these things out. So mtu alikuwa amefika maybe around 1. I remember I had posted a photo of my son on social media. I think hata hapo ndo nilianza kureduce kupost nini za mtoto sana, because I think the family saw it and they were like, hey, now suddenly they have interest in the kid. By that time alikuwa ameniongelesha for like 6 months, tangu mtoto akue 6 months. So anyway, that time he comes and says nitengenezee budget ya mtoto, like everything including rent. Nikasema Mungu umeamua kunionekania I have suffered.
What God cannot do does not exist.
I am so deep into debt because now salary yangu ilikuwa kidogo and I was still paying a loan for the business tulikuwa tumeanza and other things. So unapata like half your salary and you have to do all these things. You end up taking another loan, another and another. You have to yote. So nikasema hapa siwezi hata kata hii deal.
Nikaandika rent,
nikaandika Pampers, all those things that you have to buy. Come on to around 40k at that time. Nikeka hadi house help. Nikamtumia. Kasema chuma nitaona ni ngapi naweza manage, if you can do 50-50 or whatever. Nikatuma. Nikangoja 1 week, kwani nikatuma reminder. Kwani kuliendaje? 2 weeks. Ile budget tuliangalia, niliangalia I'm working on it.
Lakini nikuulize, huyu mtu alikwambia wewe utafute budget.
Mbona ulikuwa unaniambia budget
the emotional roller coaster. Ungeniacha nikae tu vile nilikuwa. I know.
Umeshanipatia hope sadi, nimekaa chini nimeandika, nimecalculate, nimetuma. Alafu kosa Bethe, he never sent even 1,000 from that
he
budget.
He did not send money at
he
all.
Never na nilibaki hivyo na budget yako.
Amekusaidia sasa uko na recurring expenditure. Umecalculate recurring expenditure. It's fine.
Mimi naona tu hivyo bro.
It is just I tell people the world is a safer place with me child free. Because huyo mtoto nitarudisha kwa baba yake.
But that point and ulisema someone will provide or put effort into what they love. It's true. Because I've seen a couple enye wali break up. In this case it's the lady who was alikuwa na issues mingi and then it got to a point enye the guy said, hapana, padi imefika, wacha ikae. They had 2 kids. This guy was ready to forgive, like, because we had known the whole story. Tukubali, we are all humans, we mess up sometimes. So the lady had messed up big time. This guy was ready to say, I'll put that behind for the sake of the kids,
children.
Like sitaki ujue vile tunaambiwa father figures sijui nini. He has a girl and a boy. So alikuwa anasema like, I know you've been a bad partner, kitu umefanya imeniumiza sana, but you're a good mom. And for that, I'm willing to let go of everything. Watoto tu wakuone around. Even if we won't be at it together, I just want the kids to see their mom around. And I will continue providing. I will continue doing everything.
The guy wants to remain with the kids.
The guy wants, like, no, when they let a unit for the sake of the kids. For him is thinking.
So they stay in the woman stays in a toxic relationship because of her children.
No, like at that point,
you know, forgiven her for the sake of the children.
I guess
he had messed up big time.
Guy, huyo mwanamke.
And then that guy was like, huyo jamaa already, I can forgive you. Just for the sake of the kids.
But you see that intention, he has intention for the children.
Because the kids wanataka tu watoi waone mama yao.
Moment yenye bado fresh from the breakup, bado emotionally hauko sawa, like you're willing to say nita compromise even though maybe later on ingewa hurt, but for me the fact that he was willing to do anything
he had
for
the children in mind throughout. He was just like kids.
Ikafika point and it was anyway irreparable, they can no longer like live together. He was ready, ni sawa utakaa pali unakaa, but let's agree size vile iko watoto, like the guy who was pushing for the kids affairs, even more than
I also know a couple that they live in a 3-bedroom house, and they have 2 kids, and they sleep separately. Like the guy sleeps separately, the woman sleeps separately, but they have decided you're not going anywhere because of these kids. Imagine.
But that's not toxic.
That's
if you've
not toxic
established it's like you and your roommate, and then
watoto wachinotice, but also kama mbona itakuwa toxic
na msilete mbele ya watoto,
as long as you
co-parent,
people are different. Wewe kitu unaweza shindwa kufanya mwingine
atafanya easily.
I know someone who's like that too.
Imagine wanaishi fiti sana wasi.
But we're also
looking at watu wako na
but do people think what that happens to the kids because
I feel like because they can see. I feel like the kids
but even with open communication, it's just like okay, me and
unless they're talking to unless they have talked to the kids and wameamua anything we talk to ni sisi wawili. But let me tell you, for because I know someone who's been through that, it's very hard on the kids because now
the thing, Shiro, the thing I've told you before, I keep telling Shiro, you can't protect your child from everything.
Exactly.
Make the decisions you're making right now.
Yes.
Make sure you work hard your child so that your child can
Can
afford
go for
therapy. Okay? Tusha decide what are deal na daddy issues kwa therapy. Sahi, we need to eat, we need to move, we need to stay healthy.
The only thing you can be in this child's life is just be real. You are a human being. You will just be a human being.
I can't protect you from this, from that.
You can't.
Tumesha sema baba hakuoni, utafika 18 utamtafuta, ndio hii pesa ya therapy nikuwekea kwa fund.
You know.
There's a friend of mine when they separate na the baby daddy, and my idea was because mtoto already anajua baba yake, but just lie to him like alienda majuu or something, and then itafika point ya mimi kudate, and then will I keep lying to my child?
You can't.
And some mimi I will have an honest conversation with the
I
child.
have honest conversation.
Now you guys, you should see me and my daughter, because now she's a bit like,
she's a teen now.
Ai, mimi namwambia mam niaje, unajua mimi leo niko na date. Na nadunga na namwambia niweke eyelashes, anajua kunifix eyelashes. Ananiweka eyelashes, namwambia tuonane. Na kama a certain time tachelewa kidogo, si unajua kupika. Nitakamna kitu ndakuletea, and we just live.
But you see it's because she's older right now.
So the two younger ones wenye hawaelewi.
Mimi naambianga tu Amara, the way, and that's what I used to tell her, the way you're friends with your friends, mnakosana, that's the situation. And sometimes when you grow up and you become as adults, when you live together, sometimes you disagree on things, and everyone goes their separate ways. Right now she's 7, and now she knows she can leave a situation she's not comfortable in at any point. Yes.
Just mimi the other day, like maybe 2-3 months back, my son called my dad because yeye unisikia nikimuita baba. So anamuita baba, I'm like, huyo si baba, huyo ni babu. Yes. So usually call him kuka because in Kiluya kuka is grandpa. So he insists, mbona mimi nimuite kuka na wewe unamuita baba? I was tongue tied. What do I tell you?
Unamwacha tu.
Then nilishindwa.
Unamwacha tu by the way. Funny enough, unamwacha tu kwa sababu ni mtoi, so unamwacha tu.
Nimwache tu amuite tu.
They'll grow up and understand the family.
That time also alikuwa home for the holidays. He did the same, so my dad calls me. Unajua mtoto wako ameniita baba.
No,
so he's struggling to tell him mimi ni kuka.
So
yes siku aliniuliza na kama ni kuka
basi
baba,
the dad is there,
he's fine.
So like he was confused, kama ni kuka basi baba yako na mbona yeye ni baba yako, and then nikajua ni he's asking me on something. I'm not
but your conversation itakam. It means
but
it came.
They usually ask some two questions pole
zinakuja around kwanza hapo 6-7 wanaanza.
I'm in this single moms group, the one I was telling you, millennial mamas, and that's one question I found many single moms dread.
Yeah.
The day your child will ask you.
No,
where's
Imagine you talk to them like grown-ups.
Me, I told
But
her bedhe
wait.
nilimwambia mimi nilimwambia akikam ni sawa mtabonga. Nikamza kuna kitu nahitaji kumshow ama nini. Nikamza kuna emergency unataka kumwambia kitu.
When they grow up, when they become teenagers, because I have a friend who also her kid alimuuliza akiwa high school about the dad. That's when you can have that kind of conversation, not the kind of conversation I'm having with Amara right now because of her age and her understanding. Beshte yangu mtu yeye alimwambia nataka kuona babangu, akampatia namba, akamwambia
07
you want to call him. They met up, and let me tell you, I was asking my friend, does she want to see him again? No. You alienda story
He's a loser.
Funny enough unampeanga hiyo chance anaenda anarudi tu back anakuambia mama
I see
you are the
I understand
kabisa.
But also I'm thinking your situations might be different. The way you talk to girls, is it the same way you talk to boys?
Let's hear that.
Also with the way society judges single mom
to
raising
boys.
As a single mom.
Shoot your shot ingine kwa page ya Mankovewala, and then the guy says he's open to date a single mom as long as akona girls pekee.
Unakumbuka nikisema ile story babe?
It's wild for us.
Ati ndio akule mahari. Huyo mzee anataka tu mahari watu.
No, the reason is the reasoning I've seen behind that, because I've heard that as well, is because boys are considered to be very close to their dad, to be very close with their dads. So akigrow up ataenda kutafuta baba yake. That's why in most cultures wanasemanga kijana ni wa baba. Because hata mimi venye niliachana with my ex nikaulizwa ni mtoto ama ni mtoto msichana ama kijana, nikasema ni msichana. Kaniambia uko na bahati cause kwetu wanakujianga the tribe wanakujianga mtoto wao. So that is why most men fear dating moms to boys.
And then there's also the inheritance bit, as much as currently law in allow even girls to inherit like from our forefathers.
That's boy
mali ya baba ataachiwa kijana. So it even becomes hard for you as a mom, like ukiweza kuwa na second born mwenye pia ni boy, do you know in this man's eyes huyu ndo first born wake huyu ndo boy, but
outside the country, date outside the country,
but it takes a man, it takes a real man to stand up and to do that. I know a man who's done that, and I date a friend of mine akona a boy child. Now this guy stepped in. Now there's by the co-parenting, the chick is still co-parenting with the father of the
I
child.
have seen that
and
too.
this guy is still in this chick's life, and they're doing it so perfectly that ata uwezi like it's just okay. There are those men wako hapo.
I know of someone as well, a friend who was a single mom for the longest time to a boy, and she got married. And I got to a point where the guy was like, unajua nini? The kid started asking about the dad. So she didn't know how to deal with this situation. So she told the husband, and the husband was like, imagine it's okay. As much as he's my child, at the end of the day, pia ni mtoto wake. Wacha mtoto aone baba yake.
The guy
make decision. Na hata mtreat anyhow different. Apana, anasemanga huyo ni mtoto wake. In fact, akiulizwa firstborn ni nani, huyo ndo firstborn wake.
You need to call, I feel like you need to call men to order. Men need to be held to the same standard as women. How many times are women stepping into homes where they are stepmothers and they're supposed to handle the relationship of the mother who's outside and these other kids who are not hers. Women do it all the time, but for men, whenever one does, coffee, round of applause.
Social media.
Social media is usually so focused on educating women. Do this, don't do that. They forget about the men, and then they still come and cry. Boy, child have been forgotten. I saw this post by
single mother.
A certain man who says, "Ati single moms who are raising, alikuwa na target when you raise girls. Ati when you start dating,
I like that you've said that because it's something I wanted to say.
Ati when you start dating, ati make sure you protect your girl from the man you're dating. Ati akifika 19, rent a house for her, or if you want to stay with this man,
I saw that
rent.
thing,
You saw
and
it?
I was like,
I'm
who are you dating?
Exactly.
Which kind of people are you asking?
Pedophiles. You're dating pedophiles.
Who are you guys dating out
then
here
this
for you to
was-
think that?
And it was a man who was saying
Yes,
it. So I'm
I
saying,
saw that.
if you're a man, and he calls himself a life coach, then
Eh,
you're supposed to
wanakwanga
be
life coach
coaching. Coach
Nonsense.
the men. Coach the men not to rape this 19-year-old.
But
Who are you
Instead
dating?
of coaching the women
On how to protect
the girls. I know.
young girls.
You're supposed to
children.
be coaching the men that when you're dating a single mom of a girl,
I was really
do not
triggered.
rape the
I was
girl.
triggered. I was triggered with
I
that.
wish
post.
Doki
I was
would come here.
like, why did this person think of that in the first place? You're a
Pedophile.
pedophile.
Even
You
himself.
thinking about it?
You're a
pedophile.
pedo.
'Cause
Alafu
what
mbona
kind
ni
of thoughts
compromise?
are those?
Mbona ni compromise my girl child aende aishi peke yake
Peke yake,
nikamrento alama
at
nimrudishe ati
19.
kwa baba yake.
Bidhi
Maybe baba
alisema
yake
hivyo,
hamtaki.
alisema bidhi mtu
Either
wake
umrentishe
aishi,
ama ati
umrudishie
umrudishe kwa
akae
baba yake.
ati ndio
It's
udate.
safer ati juu baba yake atakuwa na step mom.
Lakini nawaambia wanaume hawana akili.
First of all, wewe to come up with that thought, you are a pedophile. Number
And
one.
first of all,
hata sikurumi.
Unashindwa kucomprehend.
Comprehend your sentence.
Let's wait for Olive.
if you are telling me to rent a place for my child,
Yes.
it means this man who I'm protecting my child from moved into my house.
Yes.
Yes.
Or if
Ama
you-
you're
kama if you
dating
move to
ile
his, if you move to his,
ama you're dating
we
ile
enda
mko
peke yako.
pamoja
Mtoto
sana.
wako arrange kwake ama umrudishe kwa baba yake biological father.
So at the end of the day, hata kama mwishi pamoja, kuna hiyo mna date, so mnapatana either at your house or his house, unajua. So si lazima kabisa you're living together, but ako hapo tu ndani ya your life and your house, unajua.
Here is the thing.
Pedophiles.
Men honestly, you need a new PR team because out here you're looking bad. Muna ban.
It's hard to defend you.
It is difficult.
Yeah.
But then also, I don't know if you are ready for that conversation.
Yeah.
But women, you're being enablers of men's bad manners.
No,
I know.
very true.
You're constantly enabling men to continue doing very weird shit out here.
For sure.
Call men out. Raise your standards. And I was telling Shiro the other day.
Yeah.
Yesterday, actually.
Oh, it was yesterday. We were talking to Shiro and I told Shiro, do you realize that women these days don't cook? Women are open to the option of ordering out and they're just lazy. And women don't care about cooking anymore, perfecting the art of cooking.
Very bitter.
And
That was the thing.
since me, I stopped even like caring about cooking. Every man I'm meeting now is a chef and likes to cook. All of a sudden. These men who are looking for women
All
so
of a
that they
sudden,
can
guys
cook.
are telling us, you come kwangu nikupikie.
All of a sudden, all these men can
kuja
make
kwako
gourmet meals.
Come kwangu nikupikie.
So here's the thing: if your standards are set at we are not accepting below this, men will rise to the occasion.
Exactly,
But if you keep accepting,
they can't
wanajua
live without us.
hapa tutafanya vile tunataka.
I
Tutaamka.
know.
If you know you don't, if you know you are not ready to have kids.
Don't.
And if we all hold a front like that, it will get to a point where men know.
For me to have a child,
for me
I
to have a child,
be this and this and that.
I will have to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Yeah.
So you, as women, yes, but it gets to a point. For how long will we cry victim?
I know.
How long?
True.
Yeah.
And it goes without saying also in relationships, it's the same thing. Like if you know unataka a certain, if you're in a relationship with someone, you have to set your standards
Very true.
very high because from the beginning, because the moment you lower them, they'll be like, oh, so she can entertain this bullshit.
Yeah.
And that was the case for you too.
True.
Yeah.
The case for you too is that they came into a relationship where you people were handling business.
Yes.
And so they came in relaxed.
Yes.
So it gets to a point where you're asking things of them.
They're like, huh?
Mbona?
You know me, I've ever been called
Kifanya.
by an ex. I've ever been called by someone's ex. Akanicall, akanambia, I am seeing you're being taken to my Saimara. That man
Yeah,
never never did things for me.
Yeah.
That's nikamwambia, my friend, it is you. I am so sorry, but it is
The
you.
standards here are
accepted.
different.
It is you.
Yeah.
Mimi, I wake up, I tell him I want to go to Zanzibar. You have, because it is me I want to go to. So
Yeah.
it was you. I am so sorry, I cannot help you.
Yeah.
That's what I had to tell her.
So-
Because it's up to how you set yourself.
set yourself
Yeah,
up.
set your standards.
Now, maybe this is a new conversation I'm bringing up, but the father figure thing. Mimi as a mother to a boy, nimeambiwa mara mingi.
That's why you are coming.
Are you told the same?
Oh, that's so cool.
No, it has never occurred for us girl. I think it will come later on.
Yeah.
For you, you'll
For
be told
me-
your kids will suffer daddy issues. For them, it's
Yeah.
just who's guiding them.
Yeah.
The man to be a man. If you're living in my house, how are you guiding? How are you guiding my child? And you can't pay rent. Can men come correct?
Maybe I'm not looking for a father figure. Me, I'll say at this point where I'm dating, I'm looking for someone who can be a father to my child.
Yeah.
See father figure ati
Yeah.
hapana.
Thank you, yeah.
Ukuje you take up the role of being a father to this child. Not just about
And
money,
in all honesty,
but also
trust me, sometimes a father figure is not at your
It's not
strange
your
person.
partner.
Funny enough, my brother, actually, for me, I would
Thank
say
you.
my
That's
brother
what I
and
was just
your
saying,
child's
yes.
my
father
brother is my
figure.
child's father figure.
Yes,
Funny
and
enough,
This is
as young
something
as
they
he
do
is,
not get. Like,
yeah,
that male person you trust in your life.
Yeah.
If my son goes, like, even now he keeps asking me,
Kuka.
tunaenda kwa kuka siku gani?
exactly. I
And
love
he's
that.
gotten
Buka,
that.
by the way. I so love
Ameshapata
that
hiyo
buka.
security in this buka.
Yes.
And then my friend was also telling me, do you know how boys adore boys who are older than them?
They do.
So to some reason, you also have to protect the boys from older boys who could anaweza jifanya kukuwa role model, but they end up either molesting them or something. So I'm also careful about that.
Okay.
But I also have a foster brother mwenye my son akimuona like 2 days in wamebond ile sana, like he looks up to him, like they'll pull stunts zenye mi siwezi.
Me hata me, I was surprised, like, my daughter
kama sijui
anaweza
Spider-Man,
be,
you know, all those things you can't do. And
my
I
daughter
feel-
can actually
yeah.
tell my brother things that
She wanted.
What an issue, by the way.
So I think
that's so
society
cool.
should learn that father figure si lazima akwe biological.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me
It's that
sina.
community
And it
you
doesn't have to be a
built.
strange
it's
man that
okay.
you create, and it doesn't have to be a strange man that you have to look out
To look
and
outside,
put after a
eh.
certain man and making him a. It's just the men in your life. It can be your uncle, it can
Mimi.
be your dad.
But then Sitam have
Boy-
this program for people who maybe hawana male people around them.
Tutoe kanisa.
Amesema no.
Mimi mwenyewe mimi ni
Nakufeel, by the way, nakufeel. I feel you. Nakufeel sana, by the way. Hapo.
Mimi ni ule wa left church but not God.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying they have this mentorship program.
Mentorship.
Yeah.
Yeah, like someone who can mentor your child, kama ni single dads, wako na yo a group of moms mwenye.
Yeah.
So like there's this day they'll choose to go for a hike, ya parents na kids.
Okay.
So kama wewe ni single mom, you can find lakini sasa hapa ni ngumu kwa sababu kama
Lakini
ni
in all honesty,
Innocent
nusema at the
people.
end of the day, umtoi akona personality yake.
yake.
Umtoi is a human being. Ni yeye, herself,
by
vile
herself,
yuko.
hivyo.
So no matter what you do, you can do all that. Utatafuta
Lakini-
father figure, utatafuta
Yeah,
nini. But at the end of the day, the way that
they'll
child
grow
stands
into
out,
themselves,
ni yeye
yeah.
tu ata decide how
True.
to be. At the end of the day, and the
Thank
cycle
you.
continues and life
Yeah,
goes
continues.
on,
Asante,
and that's
jamani.
it, by the way.
It used to stress me up akiwa Yanga.
Hapana,
but-
huyo mtu yeye ana
Mimi-
personality yako yenye ni mixture ya huyo mtu wako na wewe. So
Mimi
saa zingine
najaribu
I hope
anapata-
amepata mingi yangu.
saa zingine anapata za huyo msee
Yeah.
ni huyo
Hizo-
mtu kuna tunaweza do
Sasa unanitoa stress ukiniongeza stress. Why?
amena kushetu hakuna kitu tunaweza do ni hivyo
Yeah.
tu yani.
Yenyewe, yeah.
mi nilitafuta nikakosa. I was
Don't
like,
stop.
unajua si lazima.
Don't
So
stop.
si ati kutafuta pase, but the way you're saying
You are
those close
yeah.
people around you. But niko like,
Alafu si kitu ya kutafuta, si
iko
tunafaa
sawa.
kuforce. It's just a
Itakuja tu
organic,
naturally.
yeah.
Si tuko
But
poa.
also for you, I feel like as much as sometimes we look at the importance of a man's presence in people's lives. We also need to realize that we've been the men we wanted.
Yes,
We've had to stand in our masculinity and provide and be like this. And when you're a daughter, you have to be a good example for who your daughter will choose, because she'll see your dating choices. She'll see mommy does not accept this, mommy does not need this.
Yes,
they'll take that up. They don't need a father figure to tell them what a man should be able to do in their lives.
No.
But I'd also like to know, maybe you post on your socials or somewhere. Do single dads also get this mother figure thing? By
the way,
I think they
do. To know.
For
Are
the
they
girls,
given the pressure?
I think for the girls,
they given pressure.
I think for the girls, and Koshawa because me when my mom passed away. My mom passed away that day. I got the news. That's the day the shock brought my periods. That night.
Same.
And same.
I got periods and I was going to view her body the next
the
morning.
shock.
Oh my God,
so even telling my dad, niliambiwa hata nisiongeleshe babangu kuhusu periods.
Kwa sababu
juu yeye ni mwanaume.
But you also see the swiftness in which they bring in a new woman.
Yes, that's the one who will come take care of me.
They need, men are constantly told they need women. But why do they see
the need of bringing another woman? I usually say, kwani huwezi
because haizi lewa, inasemekana haizi lewa watoto.
But women ni mboch. Ni vile tu una salary.
Ni vile tu manze ujui.
Una tu salary.
Ni vile tu naambiwa I love you.
Every house needs a slave. So
that is so
that's why women are
hard. Kuitwa lazy.
That's some
when it comes to mambo ya nyumba, especially postpartum after nimedeliver. Nipikie nani? Nioche. Hey.
How? For who? Why are you even?
I was called lazy. Nikasema tu.
Who the fuck is calling you lazy?
Sleep and I have pushed a 3.2 kg baby from my body.
Sasa umeshonwa,
umeshonwa and nilikuwa na physiotomy.
Wanacho hiyo kitu venye ni uchungu hata uwezi poop.
Please.
Alafu after 2 weeks bado ana die.
My lord, really sad.
Nikubali kukua lazy.
Being a woman is hard.
There is a show.
Wanasema maisha yetu ni rahisi because we are gold diggers.
Actually we are gold diggers.
Nasi pia waanze kudig gold.
Nasi wewe udig. Nani
kwa nini wewe hauna gold ya kudigiwa? Bitter men.
After 2 gold.
Kwanza niliona I liked this trend on TikTok. There's this lady who says, I'm not a feminist. I can actually cook. Then she shows us the food she's cooked. And then the other women say, I'm a feminist and I can cook. Then she shows the way she's winning at work. Uko nje like umejituma uko nje. Ndio usikuje kufanya manual jobs kwa nyumba.
Mi nafilio inafaa kukua role sharing lazima, especially kama mtu yeye amekaa hapo haina nini, ni uoshe vyombo, nikiosha mtu hii usiku. By the
Kenya gani
tunaamka in turns. Mi kaa leo usiku nimeamka nikachukua mtu hii, pia wewe uamke.
Hiyo ndio nilikuwa nayo in mind.
Ukapata unarauka solo.
But do you know me, when I was in was it class 3? Yeah, that's when I joined a new school. I was in class 3 and then I was telling stories with my friends, like and then I was like, even like in the morning when our dad is dressing us up, see, he holds the panty and tells you, put your left leg in, put your right leg in.
Shocker.
And the kids all started laughing at me. What? And I was like, Kwani, what's wrong? Kwani, what's wrong?
Because it's only the mom who does.
Your dad dresses you up. That was the first time I was ever like, aya, Kwani, watu
what's wrong with that, by the way?
Me, I didn't stop getting dressed at home, but in school I just never said. And then in my adulthood also is when now I've had people describing experiences of like being a single mother in a 2-parent home. Me, I remember in the morning, it was either, I even describe, it was fun to be washed by my father because he'd put a hot towel on your back. But then in my adulthood, we realize people didn't have that. Me, I know my mom was making food while my dad is dressing us up. My mom is doing this while my dad is doing this. In the morning so that we all leave for work. Because even my mom is a teacher. She's also leaving for work.
Mama tamka 3.
Afanye kila kitu
so that
daddy amke akunywe chai. It's so wild. Me, it first occurred to me as an adult and I was like, guys,
That's
Kumbe
where-
huku
Let me
nje
tell you, the first time I went
mmeteseka.
with my kid home, akiwa 2 months,
Yeah.
my dad, after your 1 month, so I had my dad talk to his friend hapo kwa veranda. Ati, yani hii vitu yote ndo mama Masi alikuwa anafanya, like I could feel kwa sauti yake. Mimi nilikuwa najua tu nikishapeana pesa
Imetosha.
so now he could see his daughter doing it and he was feeling it for me,
For you,
Ati
because
Masi
you're
anaamka,
actually sasa wewe ni mtoi wake.
mtoto anaamka analia ndo huyo amekimbia huko, mara mtoto sijui ati ameconstipate.
Yeah.
Mara, like I could feel the frustration in his voice and he was like alikuwa ana regret. Ati if I had known better ningekuwa nasaidia mama ya Masi. Sikujua, so he saw it through me. Kumbe this is how women toil
this
and
is how
suffer and
much
all
they
that.
do, yeah.
Like kwake yeye alikuwa anajua si mimi nimekupatia pesa ya kufanya kila kitu, I have done my role, full stop. So yeah.
But it also comes with a lot of shame, because I don't think even my father would be held in such high regard for being helpful,
present and
especially
helpful.
in their time. So I'm just thinking maybe that was also a point of embarrassment, but I wouldn't know. I'm not someone to talk to to people, so I wouldn't know if maybe he held some sort of, maybe they held him a certain way for helping, for being there. There's also him supporting my mom to go through school. Yeah, kuna vitu mingi, sijui kama tutafanya episode ya traditions in our different cultures, because where but anyway, haya, tumechapa story. Last 2 responses and then I read mail. I think we've covered most things. Doing it alone is very low, to be honest. So for this one,
I feel so low.
It's heavy.
Maybe it gets better with time. I think it just
as they grow older.
Nimemfeel. Low.
As you
low, to be honest.
Me, I think I was low and lost, but I just found my way. It just gets better. With time, it gets easier and better.
It gets my hardest time was because when I separated with my ex the first time, Amara was 1 year old. Hey, let me tell you, Kai, it is hard as a single mom of a small kid. Mmepitia actually. It's so maybe inaweza kuwa hiyo like
inaweza kuwa the child is still young.
Napitia sana na I feel hiyo emotion
na kazi mbocha ameenda unafaa
but I also think
it's important na hiyo postpartum. Me nilikam kujua nili-deal na postpartum without
kujua.
With now my education as sahi ndio niko like by the way ilikuwa inani hapenia juu nakumbuka kuna time sikuoga 3 days. But mimi sikuwa na register hata kuna kitu kama postpartum, because I was like mtoi alikuwa so young, I had a lot, so niko like it's actually postpartum depression. Do not understand now from people. I'm like, wait.
I also think I will still emphasize on the importance of community. If you can have community. For me, I think what got me through the dark moments, I talked about it last time and I'll say it again today. It's the people I had around. Anyway, it takes a village.
Like your family.
It takes a village. Apart from my best friends, also my dad came through. My cousin, I used to live with my cousin. She was younger than me, but she really came through. Time and yet it's house help amendments. You have someone around until you figure out what's next. Yeah, I had like community important. Na mimi, it taught me not to be that. Even up to now.
How old were you though?
I was 28. 29.
Okay.
And then
I think I brought shame. So community ilikuwa wewe umeitwa
hiyo time all your friends are 18, 19. So
hata kwanza unaambiwa ona swenso anaenda campus, wewe unanyonyesha.
And then pia your friends hata wakitaka kukusaidia hawajui
watakusaidiaje by the way at 19.
Young motherhood is wild.
Very young motherhood is something else.
Damn.
Me even up to now I still look for people I can commune with. like group I've mentioned it, millennial mamas, you'll find it's not a group bitter moms enye tunakuja
unaenda hapo na issue yako
on WhatsApp. I can send you the link. Like people will mtu atasema like on 1st June we have a mental health day hangout led by a professional psychologist. So you see, like we have these activities, usually have pad drives, we have things that zinawa unite. Utasikia mtu anasema leo mimi nimelala njaa, who can help nini. Someone will actually verify if it's legit, because pia kuna scammers. Once we verify it's legit,
they will sort
we find a way to help this mom. A mama may go through a loss. Like there's another one of us who lost her kid.
Oh God.
And people will come through hata kama ni 50, because we do understand we are all in different nini kwa maisha right now. Mtu atakuja aseme hey, mimi leo ndo nimefukuzwa kwangu. Like there are also moms there wenye they're in single parents but married. So utapata mtu yosi ametoka. The other day someone posted a photo of finally nime manage she was being beaten up and all that, and you just telling her hold on, yani mnamo advice to here and there. The other day she posted a photo, she finally moved out with her kids, so ametutumia picha match hapo kwa kona na nini.
I would love to join that group.
It's a nice community.
And I would also just
I'll send you the link.
Kingdom helpers.
So there are people who are like way ahead kimaisha, career wise nini, and then kuna wale wenye tuko katikati, and then kuna wenye wanakuja, so it's like it's sort of pulling each other up. Nice. Sometimes we do kosana hapo kwa group ya watu wanagombana nini, but of then course. So I really find community wasikae jamani. So I find community is something really important, and this is a community specifically for single moms. It was formed specifically for single moms, and it's a good thing. That's so cool.
Also encourage hapa nimekuja kujitetea. Also encourage parents to create communities around parents, because even if you have single friends who are willing to come through for you, our capacity can't be stretched that far. We also cannot understand some things to some level. Vile mi naelewa tu, like that day her child was at sijui science fair. Me, I'm just like, sini science fair tu. Unarudi. So for me, I'm not able to comprehend things to the level of what a parent would comprehend it to be. So also the communities, people with similar experiences, it really, really helps. And I think we've said this in previous episodes. Someone else said, I'm a single mommy. There's a lot of wins even between the chaos. So I guess it's a win.
Nice,
It is, because you do small things, like if you're a single mom, like the way you were saying, the decision making, it's just you. You'll just be like, see, we do something fun together.
And it can be for us it's usually just watching a movie.
Ndio nilikuwa nataka kusema
beekeeper na tunakuwa sisi tuone beekeeper na tukae hapo kwa sofa na
tu popcorn ama
that's actually
as we get when I realized this is what it's something is when I told Amara that we'll watch a movie, and I was like, what do you want? Oreos. I told her, so I'll get milk. So we got milk and Oreos, and we sat there to watch a movie.
Watched a movie,
and it was so sweet.
Also look at it in the sense muko soko tu kama sisi. Otherwise you'd have been caught in a relationship yenye hata haina mguu haina mkono. Tunaenda out pamoja, like you're just living as if you're single.
My eyes kwanza, I love planning events and parties. So birthdays mtoto wangu, like right now ameshaanza kuuliza. I usually
you go all out.
Hata menye sina pesa
unajikaza
ni birthday imefika,
lazima you go all out.
Kama ni clown, kama ni Spider-Man, kama ni face painting, wacha tulale nje hii mwezi yote ya birthday yako. I just go all out. And then another high, mimi napenda the freedom that you get. Vile tu umesema, we still get to go out.
We still get to
you're an independent
woman. Friend of mine, ako single, she's a single parent because the man will not allow her to have a life outside being a mom. So the man will be like, weka home, ule watoto. And then the chick is like, I'm still young, she's very young, she's actually my age, so she's young, she wants to have a life outside taking care of the kids. So the man is like, usiende out nini nini but yeye anaenda na mabeste zake yeye anataka wewe ukae hapo so mi huyo dem alitoka akamwambia you know we can co-parent by the way wewe ona watoto mimi nikuwe na another life because at the end of the day even not only being a mother, you still a person. You still have your things.
You are you.
Unataka kumshedede once in a while.
Don't forget yourself.
Unataka kutwanga twangu.
Yes.
So
kwanza hiyo. Sana.
Mimi naelewa.
That's strange when you're a single mom and you're dating and you need to get laid.
Yeah.
Hey. Alafu lazima kwanza upate mtu wa kukuangalilia mtoto and then you see mambo impromptu you have to plan with us
you have
tunaenda wapi because you're not coming to my house na ndo twende tukulane vizuri proper you come back home in the morning
and you also get like a better caliber of men because they have to work around a lot of things for you. It's not like sisi what you doing
because the guy has to ask because me if you're calling me for such a date and ndakwambia you know what sina bot so unajua mtu so you even start planning from there
me I say it from the onset I have a child me hata my friends me I have even like, kama mtoto wako angekuwa mdogo and you need to go get laid mlete kwangu I used to do that with my friend actually you want to go get
me I remember a story of
no me I want us to come no change it me and my child we come to your house and sit there so that man doesn't come to lay you in your house okay
yes
tafuta
una make sure
lakini I have a question can I just ask Kwani what's the problem in being laid in your house
maybe not with my child being
just
there.
to know no not with your child okay of course not when the child is there but what is the problem
I am
you want to get laid sini laid too
it is okay but me I'm pro men have enjoyed a lot of privilege in this life I'm pro men taking effort I'm pro men spending money for that
maybe atakam kwako atakam na vitu shopping stuff like that
speaking on
it's once in a while if he's sleeping around town I'm sorry he can spend money for that but figure out how you can have a good experience outside your house figure out so he can he can send something for you somewhere
na kama wewe unataka unajua sometimes
ni sawa mtoto akienda shule unamwambia kimbia you only have 2 hours I've done that
sasa ndio hata mimi nishafika
na uko na 2 hours mtu yeye anarudi ati what time are you free namwambia I'm usually free in the morning from this time to this time mtoto anarudi asikupate please
mimi I'm a strong believer of mtu haita kubother fanya as long as aingili standards zako ama affect mtoto I'm against ile yenye utaanza kufeel guilty baadaye but if you on my behalf mimi sasa kitu huwa inanikazia it's also I'm a really traditional person I grew up in Western niliingia kwa akili yangu
nyumba ya mwanamke
uko na traditions around it
principles
it's about the principle he cannot come and sleep on my bed alafu mtoto wangu tena akuje on my kitanda alafu as much as right now I know it's what you believe that nini
mimi
najaribu ku get out of it but kuna two bits of it that zimekataa kutoka and they're stuck and
no me I'll just encourage you that men need to work harder make sure men are working
but sometimes you as a woman
make sure they are working I don't care
unataka the familiarity of your house
let me tell you bedhe mimi sometimes mi usema bedhe in life yani tu wewe jibambe vile unafeel mimi nishapea mtu fair man we come
unikule I know right
I get
right you know later
as long as hauta feel mimi hiyo ndo kitu support sana na feminine
una feel yani
no like I say hiyo as long as uko sawa na
uko poa we as a person.
Oh, this is person for just eating you. I thought it's going to develop into something.
No, there are those ones.
But it can. Why not? It's okay.
Ninakutumia fair.
It's okay. Ka uko nayo tuma.
But yesterday I was sorry, babe. I was telling Olive the way there are women who are okay keeping their men and they don't feel bad about it.
That's okay.
And they know what they're getting.
Let me tell you.
They have money.
There are women with money.
Yes.
They know a woman.
No,
she has
that's
$1 million. They know a woman who makes $1 million bob every month.
Yeah.
I know her. She makes $1 million. Na huyu dem by the way aliniambia anapeleka Charlie out mimi naweza tu msupport. Bora nakupea fiti. Kwa hiyo mita inakuliwa na nani? Haizi maliza mita.
No, that is agreed upon. That's agreed upon. I am providing for you and you are providing me this.
For me, because at the end of the day, and then the money is just there.
It's whatever makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy.
If you know you're getting good deal, it's okay.
You can pay for it.
May think
but
I can.
at any chance,
women
make
who
men
can
work, please. Women have worked. Women have worked for years. If you can make a man work,
unakumbuka ile theory if your man doesn't have money una sleep at ATM card hapo chini ndo watu wasione ndio aki women have gone through a lot.
Unampatia akulipie.
Uko na pesa
ndio ionekane ni yeye.
Me have done that.
Me what I will not do. Let me tell you Olive, what I will not do. Mimi I will pay in front of it.
Yes.
Kila mtu
nitalipa kwani
I give you don't bruise his ego.
Kwani na mwenye hata sidhani ana care at that point. Wewe ndio una care sana tukipatia.
Wanapenda kwanza wana feel very wanachungwa. Siku hizi maboys wanasemanga after sprinkle is drizzle.
Yeah.
So mpeka ndi yako.
No, but you see it's the same thing.
Si ndio nasema umpatie. Mimi sintasweat
kama una pesa, let the world know.
You
have one job in this life as a man to have money pesa, and you don't have it. Why?
Babe.
Me baby nasta kwa rashida mimi nita openly like niko nayo ndadu.
Mimi now with the information I have now and being a feminist now I will pay openly.
Yes.
Hata mimi
it's okay to pay.
Nilikuwa mtu
wa ulikuwa wale una protect people.
I did that. You
we were trained like that. We were trained like that.
Na mtumie Mpesa kabla ufike. Kwa
hiyo
unamtumia Mpesa sasa kwetu amejipanga.
Lakini siwezi fanya hiyo mfano kama
siwezi siwezi.
Wacha tuwete aone pesa imetoka kwa
in fact me I would really like if the bill was placed on his side and then I have to slide it to my side.
Nakwambia Olive. Alafu una dilidali kidogo unamuza do you need anything else before I
ongeze maji nonsense.
Right now I know there's just something so sexy about a man who provides and like pays for things and
me I usually appreciate. I know I've dated a man who just couldn't ali provide anado vizuri like umse unajua tu vizuri hana do lakini the bare minimum he won't let you do.
But that's what I keep.
Unaona tu restaurant bill that guy would never let me pay as much as he knew I could pay for myself lakini angekubali hata area ange text tu mse tu atafute tu your do on his own way.
Kuna chali ameniambia hivyo.
But it doesn't have to be. We are not saying date rich people. You have to see intention. Because even my ex was not a rich man, but there was intention. It was like, hey, Leo, let's go here. Let's do this. Oh, there's somebody that has come in. If there's something you'd like.
Kuna happy hour place.
Happy hour.
My ex, as much as tulikosana and all, when it comes to generosity, I give that to him.
It's not about money.
Mtoto wangu apate ni his generosity and like
and also like learn target audience. You see the same way we say if you are a lady who's dating sponsors, don't go and get a man who has an 8 to 5 like you na 50k yake untaka kweke maisha ya sponsor. You go to an older man who can provide that. The same way a drizzle man, don't come to Ciru who also has a
Ciru.
small money.
Alafu
Kuna huyo wa 1 million mwenye
Do you
ako
know me?
willing
I
to-
usually have these conversations openly. Like
Yeah.
me, tukianza kudate na kuangalia naona what can. Nakuza, by the way, first of all,
Yeah.
if you are that kind of man who would think that mimi nitakupatia do ama nitakufanyia vitu, please sign mapema sana. Do not expect that from me.
Here, nigga.
Yes. Like,
Yes.
hey, squeeze naona ni openly you discuss it because men are
Discuss it,
coming in waki-expect. In fact, wako tu wanaingia tu wanajua
Kwanza,
kumbe
this
matani
thing ya
sort.
50-50.
Na kwanza kusema
Yeah.
sijui
Hata mimi
account
I'm no
I do.
longer doing 50-50.
You have
No.
to have these discussions.
Yeah.
Yeah, have the
Unless
discussions.
mnakutania wapi kwa hii 50-50?
Yeah.
Ni wapi what do you mean tunakutania
Mi
wapi kwa
simaini
50-50?
It would
Sisi
make sense because
tunakutania
I would pay for
Yeah,
dates
you would pay
sometime.
for
No,
yourself.
that
I would
makes
buy
sense.
gifts.
Yeah,
That's,
Yeah.
that's
But
you're
kuna
treating
50-50
him. Kuna
in the sense
you
of-
have to tunagawana
Date ni 2500 wewe toa
25
wewe toa-
my lord.
one unatoa 1750.
Tena paka hiyo 50.
Yeah.
Ha, my
na
lord.
pia in the sense of maybe mmedate for long, you're staying together, or
Yeah.
when it comes to providence, there's a man who'll want 50-50 when it comes to pesa. But kwa hizo vitu zingine
Oh
hakuna story ya
yeah, they are not
50-50. Hivyo
meeting
ndo
me
nasema.
50-50 in the
So,
household.
50-50,
In what
lakini sasa nifanye
in
household
finance
yote.
only.
Haiwezi.
But sasa when it comes to ati rent, sijui fees, sijui nini,
Haiwezi.
mfanye 50-50.
Haiwezi. Sasa wewe ndo
Mimi I'm not
unacheza,
accepting
wewe unafanya
Are you mad?
50-50.
Hasa utakuwa unafanya 100 sasa.
Exactly.
Sasa kama
Because wewe
unadubaka-
umefanya hii 100 yako ya huku.
Yeah, true. Hey, my lord.
But African men, I'm sorry, but hivyo ndio kuko.
See what?
Utalipa, me know someone atalipa rent na bado household atafanya kila kitu. That man will not do anything in the household. But she will share rent, she will share school.
But that's
Kuombea.
how we were trained.
That's
So
how
many
it
of
is.
us women
In
were
fact,
trained like that. We are just
yeah.
starting to
Analipa rent,
unlearn.
na-
Analipa rent,
Yeah.
wanafanya 50-50, the chick anafanya 50 yake, but also household is just
It's
the
her
chick.
alone.
It's her
Yeah.
alone, yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me
I
at
don't
all.
want.
But anyway, tumesema to each
You
their own.
don't.
Finally, screen imebreak. Aya, sawa.
Haiti finally.
The last email, very long, but I think we've completed everything. Hi, I am X. Oh, I didn't realize they'd put their name. Hi, I am X, a single mom of 2 months, baby boy. I have a lot to say here since I can't make it. He's still too young. I would like to begin with how I got myself here. Shall we? I met this guy in 2014. We were both in high school. So there was a sherehe I was going to. So akapewa namba yangu, nimpe direction to the venue. So that's how he got my number. Throughout the party, he's blowing up my phone with texts after text complimenting me and the rest and the rest. In 2015, our on and off relationship began till 2020, January, when I officially ended it and he was okay with it, unlike the usual him. 2021, I joined college. He started texting me again. Remember, we haven't communicated from Jan 2020. We catch up and then he starts making me feel guilty of leaving him. And by then, my love life has been miserable. I'm having no one. So I tell him we can meet and talk about it. This man ghosts me. I don't look for him either. He comes again towards the end of 2021 and then ghosts again. He does this in 2022 as well till November, when we officially now meet and work on ourselves before the relationship begins. In the process of this, we fell out. Yeah, my lord. He invites my cousin to his place, telling him to talk to me. I stop the attitude thing and be a good girl. Remember, it's me who called off the relationship in 2020, so I'm really feeling guilty. The relationship didn't even begin. We stopped talking. He comes again in May 2023, and now he's very serious about me, always calling, sending texts. This nigga even sent emails of persuasion so we can get this relationship to work. Long story short, he came to my place in July and had a lengthy conversation and decided maybe it's time we be serious and have this relationship. On his next visit to my place, we had protected sex. It was on 30th July on a Sunday. I wish I even went to church. Anyway, the following day he tells me he's not ready for a relationship. I tell him, cool, for once I won't be blamed for ending the relationship. I didn't know what was waiting for me. A few weeks later, my P's are late, and since we had protected sex, pregnancy isn't on my mind. I finally take my first ever pregnancy test at 25, came out positive. I called him to tell him, and he used the same email I was persuaded with to tell me he's not ready to be a dad and the pregnancy should be terminated. We last talked in August last year when I found out I was expecting. The baby is here, looks like him, and I'm not sure if he knows I even gave birth. Maybe our mutual friends told him. And that's it.
Wow.
Mimi niko na maoni mingi ya kusema.
Sema maono yako tukifunga
podcast. Alikuwa ana breadcrumb all along. Breadcrumbing unampea just enough to
Me I'm thinking
to be enough for you for a few months.
Alikuwa na red flags mingi. Mbona ungojeza siku zote?
Anapia kila year kama for the Christmas.
Breadcrumbing.
Kama for the Christmas.
Anakuletea mazawadi
Santa Claus.
I mean mse anakuanga tu dress spell like kamianga tu vitu.
She said the same thing.
Imagine mse anakujianga tu nini.
And also I feel like that, the reason why I was asking whether this man ever asked her to be the girlfriend, like, will you be my girlfriend? I feel like he's a situationship.
Yeah, this is a situationship.
Do not have unprotected sex with your situationship.
It was protected.
No. Okay, pata mimba ya situationship and Amari stops.
I know, hiyo mimba ya situationship
sponsor.
Lakini mtu kusema ukweli, to be honest, hata mimi niko na Ciru. Situationship hapo si place ya kupata mimba.
Huko tunaenda kukuliwa. Unamwambia tuko available for 2 hours. Tunakulana, tuna disappear, alafu tuna moja ndio
what I get from this conversation, I feel like this chick is such a very nice woman. Like she's a straight woman ule mwenye yani ana believe na relation. Yeah.
No,
but no, me, I don't want to call her naive. I want to call her a nice chick.
Let's call her spade a spade because
a nice chick because she can tolerate.
You can tolerate it, so you're a nice person. The fuck, Mumbua.
She's being sarcastic. She's being sarcastic about this niceness.
Wacha nikwambie. Huyo msichana mimi nimesoma hii story niko like, what the hell? Yeah. First of all, this nigga shows up once a year. Alafu finally mume meet. Mna have sex the second time. Keep this man waiting for a year, baby girl. Mimi story menyuma. Alafu chali amemwambia abort huyu mtoto.
I'm not ready to be a dad.
But there's also you remember what I was telling you about conscience? Kuna mtu mwenye hata
alafu pia I feel like
hapana, no, but still kidogo Mumbua on that point. Mambo ya conscience hapana abortion na uko na situation yenye unajua ufai kuwa in that situation.
Sasa maybe zile childhood trauma
kuna communities, kuna dem fulani bezea kuna watoto wanne aliniambia kwa watu wangi mimba ukitoa mimba
kwende huko. Wacha ni hapana. Basi kwa nini? Why you having sex? Why you having sex? Why do you using contraceptives?
Ufi marano.
Aliacha kasa.
Tutatoa
mimba kwa familia.
Juu ajagani mtoto kwenda into depression.
Hapana. Kwa nini upate mtoto basi? Why are you having unprotected sex even if it's protected? Why you going extreme?
I feel also this woman is in a space where she thinks that the man will come back. That is why she's even getting that child. I think ni ukweli bere. Mimi naona bere yako hiyo space ndio ende mpaka azae ati hata anasema ati I hope our friends mutual friends me I feel like ude makosa yenye anajua umse atakam.
I say that.
She's
holding on.
She's holding on.
Me, what I see from this babe, I am sorry, baby girl. We are your big sisters.
We have experience.
The thing is, she has trauma probably if you dig in, where she's like, she's never been loved. rejection. And now she's found this man. There is something she said. He told my cousin niache attitude, I become a good girl.
Alafu, when she was blamed for, she was like, when the guy said, I don't want you, she chose it as, at least I won't be blamed for the relationship.
You need to get to a space of self-love. Do not have a child
for breaking up with a bad person.
Do not have a child in a situation where you feel, because do not have a child with someone penye unafikiria I will hold on to this child so that the man can come.
That's
a man won't love you because you had a child together. Mi niliteswa msee. Please. Mimi olafu mwanaume anakuambia, my dad told me from his nonsense, and one thing I took from him, my dad aliniambia, believe anything a man says, believe him. Believe it. Amekwambia uende utoyo mtoto uje uko hapa peke yako.
By the way, for sure.
Usiende kumtafuta hata.
For sure.
Venye wewe uliambiwa.
Mimi niliambiwa by the way your boss yangu. Na nikakuwa hivyo by the way. So
now it has happened. What next?
Yeah, she now has a child.
She has
so I think atalea analea probably atafeel nikaomse atakam.
Usikwe na hiyo hope.
Ako nayo.
Leo ukijua you are on your own from this moment. If you've not organized your finances, start now. Start now organizing your finances. Anza tu kufit kujua uko peke yako. Na like kujipange ukijua if you can create a community like we were saying, create that community, pata mali utasaidika.
Na vile mimi sasa najua mademu amekuwa wajanja, wanajua who to give birth with. Unajua mimi enzi zetu enzi zetu were probably so young. But right now I feel like women know better.
There's no one who will come and take you away from your trauma, Mercy.
It's
not for you. Mimi, I've gone through so much shit in life. If I wanted to sit in that trauma, I would have been. And Mimi, it's something I told my small sister. I told her, no one is gonna come and save you. It's up for you to sit down and realize ni Mimi peke yangu.
And then you can't be crying, oh my parents did this, so and so did this. You are also becoming someone. Yeah, you're becoming someone's parent.
Also responsible, responsible for another person. So you can't make them also waende therapy in future for waende therapy for themselves, some of the things you couldn't protect them from, but not because wewe ulishindwa ulibeba hiyo trauma yote ukai.
Me, I'll give her tough love. It's
I'm sure aende tu lakini mtashaka
ni sawa. Hiyo ni akwambia mwenye watoto. The thing is this, tough love, you're in this alone. He told you abort, you did not abort. Kana huyo mtoto ni wako lea. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be tough. Sometimes
you'll be high moments.
There are also high moments. But at the end of the day, do not hold on to this child because of that guy. Even the way she's saying, anamfanana.
But I think this guy will come back because akona tendencies.
He will come back, and when he comes back, please, tafadhali, shut that nigga. Shoot that thing.
Second born.
No, it's a possibility.
Oliver anajua. That's a very big problem. She's allowing him coming in, sleeping.
Unani ghost 1 year alafu unarudi kama
nilikuwa nakupenda hivyo sana,
alafu unarudi kama umegewa vitu.
Mwanaume anarudi amekugoa.
To be a man in my life, but
sikupei.
Mimi nataka kukoma. Unarudi
and you know one thing about this guy is this lady says that the guy was always there pressuring hadi emails anaandika venye anamtaka.
Alafu sasa saizi
hiyo email ndio imetumika kukataa huyo mtoto. And when they were meeting, they were talking about the relationship, but sasa venye amepata ball, he's not ready to be in a relationship. Hey, men.
I think the red flags are always there, but
They
we
were
are
there.
so
Sana hata me feel like ndo afike hiyo point enyewe ali.
we've also been
Capping.
we've been soaked deep
They were
in
red
flags.
bwana. They were
Si
too
labda
red.
macho yake alikuwa anavaa glass.
Tufanyeni hivi, tusamehe huyu msichana.
Sistangu aliniuliza, my other sister aliniuliza, Shiro, unataka hizi ni hiyo red iwake ikuwe neon iko tu
Ama maroon.
ama unaitaka kala gani ndio uweze kuona hauna
But wanasemanga msichana akiwa in love huwa haoni.
Yeah.
So
No, I think what has blinded us, I think even why we've believed in the statement of love is blind, it's from how we were groomed. We were conditioned to serve
Cinderella.
men all this while. Fairy tales.
Yeah.
So I understand that
daughter,
we're just starting to
Sisoma.
bring ourselves out of what we've been conditioned for such a long time. So even for her, I understand she's rooted in trauma yenye hata ye mwenye hajui. And I would advise to seek therapy, counsel of some sort to heal, because I also feel like this resentment, and if she had a child for the wrong reasons, some sort of resentment will go on the child, and
yes.
you'll be hateful of this.
Yes,
there are things that
The
might
child is already
happen.
here.
Yes.
Do not hate the child.
It's true.
The
And let me
child
tell
has
you,
no
to be honest,
mistake.
even for me, when I will tell her, I was 18, right? And I felt that rejection. Already this person ashaniambia, it's not mine. So even me getting that child, I had to work a lot in accepting her and loving her, for me to be honest.
And
that
then
was
things
work.
will happen and you'll feel like you're the reason these
Yes.
things are happening.
Yes.
I would have lived a different life. It
Life
weren't
of
for
noise.
you.
Yeah.
So you two were on the podcast last week. You'll give me details for the places where you
guy,
said people will get free and
I
I
think
think
I sent you a
accessible
number.
therapy.
I sent
Yes.
your phone number.
I'll put them in the description. I would
For single moms, please also recommend the group I was telling you about.
you'll just give me the details.
Yeah, I'll give it.
So I think watu waende therapy, watu wahil because I feel even like what men are getting away with is because of how we've been conditioned our entire life. So they're getting away by banking on our traumas. So the better we heal, the better we raise our boys.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
I would just like to say to our younger ones, maybe Gen Zs, ama hata wenye wako in this cycle, mimi kitu nili realize is that love is not enough to sustain a relationship.
You said that
That's
another time.
yeah, something that we've been conditioned to believe all along vile mnasema. But there's love, there's trust, loyalty, there's money, there's a lot more
compatibility.
Compatibility, your personalities, and even sexual compatibility. There's so much more you should look at while investing in a relationship. And ukiona it's not serving you, just leave. Ama you're not what that partner is looking for. Usijipatie pressure sana. If it's something you can compromise, sawa. If you cannot,
think about
there are many tumezoea kuambiwa women like there are so little men.
Women are
Kama
supposed to
we're
shrink.
supposed to be struggling for the few men that there are men, by the way. Tusiangalie tu hapo kwa circle letu ati there's only 3. There are men out there just the same way kuna women out there. Don't settle just for anything. Society imetuambia
I feel
there's
kwanza
few
huyu
men.
dem mbona ada kudate watu wengine.
I know.
There's a point where she says she was miserable and she didn't have anyone when he came back. So
she has
don't worry, we are going into the series for relationships. Girls who never get picked. Relax.
Sijui ratio ya 1 to what?
Yeah. That ratio is also off because there's women like me who've made peace with probably being single our entire lives. So while they're giving you that pressure, there are women who were not looking forward to at least settling. So hakuna pressure. Men are not hawaishi. You remember the narrative about single moms? See, now you're all single moms in the dating and being treated well. Like, so there's this narrative that
soko, I'm not dating. Labda kuna mwana koda. Wale wameamua tu waseme we are dating.
No. Like you're not actually dating so you're going out on dates. You're meeting men. Men like you even after they know you have children. But we were convinced that single mothers are bottom of the barrel. No, one will ever
no
want
I've
you.
even seen
But
so
now
many
you're seeing.
weddings for single moms, and the other
Exactly.
guy was not necessarily a single
nowadays
dad.
ziko.
So-
But to be
But for
honest,
me-
tukipata hizo relationships, the woman is well off. Let me say this here.
Let us change.
Let me say this here.
Tutafute pesa
The woman
mzuri.
is well off.
The
Those
poverty
ones.
will always be the enemy.
Yeah.
Forever.
Also, me, I feel like we need somewhere where single moms can meet single dads as well.
Yeah.
Wow. In fact, my choice of man, to be honest, my choice of man, I hope you're listening, guys. My choice of man is a single dad.
Wamekipitia.
Yeah.
Na not a
Comfortably,
deadbeat. Not a deadbeat.
comfortably.
Not
A present, a present single dad.
for the other kids mwenye ako.
Yes. Mimi a present single dad, a divorcee, I am
we
comfortable.
don't.
Yeah, I would.
Don't make sense.
Mimi naweza sema there's I sent you that link for where Awinja said something about single moms, and there was a lot of hate. Nilikuwa nimeanza kuchoka, and then I saw this one comment, nikasema I'll read it here. In fact, I just stopped reading other comments. So she said, I won't mention her name because ilikuwa kwingine. I have learned one thing. You might come up with graphs, pie charts, a 300-page essay trying to explain your predicament. But if your audience does not want to understand you, you might as well be talking to stones. Single mothers, we will be the scapegoat for everything rotten in this community for a while. Point still remains, watoto ni wetu. And they need the one parent still present in their lives to be fully present. We get on with it.
I like that.
I think same
Simple
applies
as
to
that.
single dads.
Yeah.
That I feel that
At the end of the day,
that
yeah,
does
it concludes it
Yeah.
beautifully.
Yeah.
Where si tulisema na mmemanage bila wine. Haya.
Wine yetu iko wapi? We're supposed to
Lakini
be
yes,
having a very big glass of
asubuhi
wine.
yote.
There's a lot.
Now, okay. Next time tukuje na hata ni whiskey, I mean.
Yes.
Ndio.
Makali.
Makali.
Now, we were here so early, even liquor stores had not opened.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. I keep hoping that people see episodes like this. They get to see the perspectives. It will really help when you're planning to have children and you're not a parent yet.
Yes.
So you get the entire picture. Don't think of your child as just a kababy.
Yeah.
But mi nasikia kupata mtoi. Here are
Ama
real life
nimeona mtoi wa
stories.
jirani.
Yeah,
cute.
anakam cute.
Anakam
It shows single moms out there like that lady who's going through a moment. The last two are going through something right now. They can look at us or look at moms who have made it, and they're like, she's a single
can
mother.
get
Yeah.
It can get here. It gets better.
Yeah, it does.
And then the fact, I don't know, I forgot to mention this, but you know how I meet you guys outside, and if you don't mention you're a mom, I wouldn't know.
We don't mean okay, guys.
Yeah, because you're really
Unachamaje?
glow and all
Kuna mtu alisema kuna there's a girl who said kuna hii bill iko huku nje.
Yeah, single mother.
ilikuwa mother of two.
Madem wameiva.
Niliona hiyo tu TikTok.
Nilikomenti nikasema tumefikiwa.
Mimi because we are done with the toxicity of this man.
By the way,
We loved ourselves now.
Tumetoka kwa hiyo point yenye mi nakumbuka if someone met me when my son was like 2.
Yeah.
I think I even looked older.
Yeah, me too.
Yani nilikuwa nimechoka, stress nini but then unaanza even right now siwezi sema nimeifigure it out kabisa, especially financially. I'm still trying to fix, like when a glass breaks you can't fix it all. I'm still trying to fix the pieces of my broken glasses. But niki look back at that time, niki compare that time and now, it's so different. So no matter
When
the
we look
situation
back at
pali
it,
uko unaona it's so hard, how will I get out? I'll never.
Gets better.
Ni pole to one step at a time.
Yeah.
And also I'll say we didn't choose to be here. No one chooses to be in this situation.
Yes.
Sorry, no one chooses to be in this situation, but we get through. And it gets better. Saizi nikikaa niangalie kwenye nilianzia na saizi niko like enyewe trust the process.
But I would also want to say, guys out there, the men out there, I hope you're listening. Tafadhali, kama umeget mdem pregnant, msaidie man msaidie yani
In fact, hata si
like
kusaidia,
in
take
fact tu mi naweza tu kuambia just be responsible because madem wanapitia sana
And if you don't want children, don't have them. Even men, don't come here and give us pity parties for this baby mama is stressing me. You deserve it. You deserve every single appointment at the children's court. You deserve it, because if you don't want to have children,
Why
don't
you
go out
having
here
them?
planting seeds.
Don't.
And then don't come claiming your kids after they're successful.
Tuliambiwa there's something, sorry, aki wait tutamaliza.
baby mama
The one that got away, the love of my life.
vile kwanza wangu anaambianga wewe msichana kwa TV kila siku.
Maybe two things zenye naweza sema from statement ya the Mumbua and what Olev said.
Yeah.
There's a man kwa hiyo group nakwambia niko, there's a lady who shared experience. The man came, so alikuwa anajaribu kumwambia please help me provide, I'm drowning financially,
like ana beg.
That guy told her wanawake wenzako wako huko nje wanapata pesa through their pussy. Wewe uko hapa unanibeg. Yeah, like anaambia that's what the man told her. Uko hapa unanibeg for money, do what your fellow women are doing. Like what's that? To provide for your child, hiyo ndo jibu unapatia.
Huyo msee ni ule msee ulikuwa naye kwa bed akikukamia.
Here's the thing. I've posted this on TikTok yesterday. I've just posted this. Be very careful when you're dating, while you're going out on dates and learn about the perspectives or the opinions of your partner about certain things. For me right now, I'll take the case of Nini P. and Cassie. Sikia tu opinion ya huyo mwanaume vizuri. Akikwambia story ya huyo dem amelipwa do. Be very careful, because if that man is okay with you, anything being done to you, and so long as you are compensated with money, that tells you something about that person.
That person is.
Think about social issues. What does he think about the war in Congo? Random
Simple
things.
That's what I
What
was
does
saying.
this man?
You can tell
Was it on Wednesday? On
Yeah.
Wednesday, I went and sat next to someone, and they
Akasema
were like,
kuhusu makeup.
ati nambona madem navaanga makeup.
Huyo ni red flag.
Think
There are
about-
small
Listen, listen, men
There
will
are
tell
small
you
things.
not even men, generally people will tell on themselves and learn to run
You
in.
just have to have that amaka antenna that is
Mimi
telling
there's
you.
a guy nilikuwa naona he was so good. He's still my friend, so hata sita mention, but nilikuwa idolize until he said one statement and was like, oh my god. But you know, as we wind up, you talked about court dates. Pia tumekuwa conditioned somehow as single moms juu machua mtoto, like that's it, full stop. If you feel like you have the energy,
If you
to go after child support,
energy.
if you feel like you have the energy now, you can
and you can actually get it.
Yes, please go ahead and sue that man. Mimi sina hiyo energy, sitaki, but
Hata mimi.
mimi naweza advise mtu, if you have that energy and you want to pursue this, society sikujazi ama usione ati huyu si alimake, acha tu usibase your decision based on ati huyu si ana manage, maybe ame decide hataki ama ako like, but if you feel you
hata
want,
kuna time
go
yenye
to
school
court.
fees inakuhandanga
Inakuhanda, unashangaa.
for the first time mwanaume ni mtafute ama niende wapi.
I've had that
It
thought
gets
1
you,
million
it gets
times.
you. So
usikuwe stigmatized by society if you want to go after child support.
eka unaweza leta drama letter.
Ilete kabisa.
Bora usaidiwe. Bora at the end of the day huyo mtoto apate haki
You
yake.
cannot shame the shameless.
No,
Amen.
ask around. You don't have shame.
Aya, wacha tufunge podcast at 2 hours 30 minutes. Thank you very much for coming.
Sorry.
Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate this conversation. I know it will go such a long way to help so many people. And until next week, this has been the In All Honesty podcast. My fabulous name is OLAVEORAWO. Bye.
Bye. Toodles.
Next on the In All Honesty podcast.
Let's get into the series of relationships as we close down on the season. Single by choice, single by chance, single by whatever situation you're in. Let's talk about what singlehood looks like and why you are single, and why singlehood is associated with loneliness. Are those two things the same thing? What does singlehood look like if you have money, and if you don't have money? What does the society consider it as? And this is not even single parenting or anything. This is just you as a human being, single, and maybe people don't want you, or rather you've just decided you're not going to date. Let's talk about it. Tell me about your experience being single, and what about it is associated with it that you know so well. And what are your experiences? What are your opinions about single people? Because you hear a lot of people saying, aren't you lonely? That is why you're bitter about men or women, depending on what gender you're dating. But here's the thing. Let's talk about it. You can always reach me through my socials. DM me at OLAVEORAWO. And you can also send in your stories or your opinions through my email at OLAVEORAWO@gmail.com. Bye.
Do you hear that? Would you lend me some coins, please? The In All Honesty podcast needs you to continue running. I will deeply appreciate support from you. You can send monetary contributions to my Mpesa +254 728 171 059 via PayPal at OLAVEORAWO. That is OLAVEORAWO. You can support the podcast indirectly by buying merchandise and services I offer listed on my WhatsApp catalog. My WhatsApp number is +254 728 171 059. Did you think I'd forget? Advertise with the In All Honesty podcast. Hit me up to talk about it. You can do that via WhatsApp +254 728 171 059 or via email OLAVEORAWO@gmail.com, or you can also DM me on socials at OLAVEORAWO. You know, the hand that gives will receive an episode every week. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm in what was once a dream. So if I do some quick math, the future equals a dream come true. Since 1992, In All Honesty, a podcast by OLAVEORAWO.